Back in 2 o'clock on a pretty impressive afternoon. It's worth saying we continue to make our way to the upside once again, led by tech, coming back to life after a bit of a pause over the past couple of sessions. As we were saying, maybe we're getting a little bit too extended as far as the NASDAQ was concerned, as far as the NASDAQ 100 specifically was concerned. But here we go, right back to the upside ahead of what is to come on Friday. Keep in mind, the only real inflation-related data point to come this week is going to be in the form of PCE coming up Friday morning at 8:30. That's how things are shaping up right now. About 1% for the S&P, 1.35 there for the NASDAQ. The Dow still holding on to a nice gain as well. Yeah, crude went negative, 0.27 only, but back to the downside. We're giving back a little bit for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Still really nice day, obviously 3.5% for BTC, Ethereum 1.3. BTC was up more than 5% at one point today, 0.97 currently there for the S&P 500. This group top left going to be tech, all about tech once again. And specifically, if you dig into that sector as a whole, semiconductors leading the way right now. Micron, really nice day, 7.5% off that earnings report. Yeah, Intel's up 7%. Good look for Intel so far today. Enphase back to the upside, 2 or 3 days to the downside for clean energy, specifically clean energy related semiconductors, but 4% bounce here today for ENPH. Not seeing First Solar on here right now, FSLR, but it was kind of chopping around break even, I noticed, by the end of the morning. Banks are higher as well. FRC has given back a little bit, but still seeing individual banks, financial services, and insurance companies all nicely to the upside. Industrials, real estate, consumer discretionary, and even utilities having a really good day. CCL, NCLH, and MGM, so travel specific, catching a nice bid so far today. Really the only spot of weakness right now coming from the healthcare group. Healthcare and equipment makers, and then pharma names down here. A few red in that group, but otherwise, yeah, pretty good day. 0.9 right now for the S&P 500 as we get into the final couple hours here on a Wednesday afternoon. Hope yours is going well. Let's get into what we were discussing this morning. If you were with us in the pre-market, there was a ton of opportunity. We were talking about Lulu, remember, we'll revisit. We were talking about Micron a little bit, both coming off earnings, even Apple on that buy now, pay you later news that was yesterday, but was showing a little bit of relative strength in the pre-market, kind of fizzled out a little bit. We'll discuss. Big tech coming up here. Sean is ready to go today. He's going to lead us off with a look at one of his trades from this morning.
Hey, what's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? And today's trade of the day brought to you by Day Trade the World. The thing about today's trade of the day, we had written on here, it's a sticky note name, and it's Alibaba. And the thing that we liked about Alibaba was this $100 level. Look where we're at right now, $100. But as we wrote on here, be patient and wait for it. Well, I violated that right away. We waited for, and this is why it's going to be your trade of the day. And me and Neil discussed what did we want to show you. And I just wanted to show you something with getting a little impatient, right? We shorted, so Alibaba makes this move down and we short 97. We actually really liked that break. We talked about that, and that was a very profitable trade. But once that started to come back up, and then I was talking about shorting 98s and things like that, well, this is 98 right here. So we draw the line back and we get out. So this short I'm actually fine with. Shorting it into 98, fine, okay? But when we say that we want to wait for this $100 level up here, that's really what we should be doing. So what I did instead was just not believing this move, basically from 96 all the way up here. And when we got stopped out at 98, I was like, what? And it just kept going. So what did I do? I added to the problem. I was flat. But what I did was added to the problem right here, going more short. And it was good because we were able to take some profit. Like if I take it all out there, then we're cash and it's no problem. But I'm thinking we're falling back down. I was too biased one way. I was too biased for the short. When we kept seeing it resist. You have a low bottom wick there. To me, that's a buy sign. Comes down, does not continue, then rips back up. Like, learn your lesson from that. I should know this stuff. Then we get short again, we get busted out. I get short again, get busted out. And then finally, the stock comes up there, and then this is the trade that I'm actually pretty proud of. We wind up going short a bunch of outs down here as we get back into a little bit of resistance. So we wind up making like 50 cents before eventually getting taken out on that 100 break. This day would be a completely different day if we had just stayed focused and stuck with what we were looking at, and that was the short of 100. We would have been red on Alibaba. There's no doubt about that. We make money there, we lose here, I'm fine with that, and we lose here, I'd be fine with that. It's this little trading that we did inside where we had no business going short 99s or 99.50 or anything like that. We should have waited until about 99.70. I mean, it doesn't really matter the price. The idea is that we should have waited for this 100 break, not get short into it so that we have a bunch of shares only to punch out once it gets there. If you're going to do that anyways, load up your position ahead of the value, right, that you're looking at. So that's that red mark right here. This is $100. So we're right here right now and just kind of barcoding. So no trade in here. But look, if it breaks 99.80 right now, this bottom, then you do have a trade. You could go short, but get out if you take back some of those tops. Don't try to get too cute and wait for the very top again. Stick with what you had written down. Stick with your ideas. Today, the trade of the day for me is a fail, but at least it's a lesson. And I learned that to myself. And I was even like, what am I doing shorting this? I think I said it on the show. But wait for your price to come in or else you get run over like I did on this trade of the day.
Pretty impressive move for Alibaba, 2 days in a row back to the upside, coming off that split into 6 announcement that came out to kick off the week as Jack Ma is back in China. That's a watch list, guys. If you haven't done so, make sure you sign up for that. Every single day, it just appears in your inbox before we come on at 8:30 for free. Top of that this morning was Lululemon because, wow, what an impressive move, not only after the close yesterday, but in the pre-market this morning. And we were sitting here kind of wondering whether or not this was a liquidity thing more than an actual, is it worth 15, 16%? Turns out, it's holding most of that so far today. But I mean, count them. There was 10. This says multiple, but there was 10 positive moves from brokerages and analysts, all to the upside, all boosting price targets with upgrades on Lulu this morning after they absolutely blow it out of the water, pointing specifically to inventory no longer being an issue, and going forward, even freight costs were coming back under a reasonable level. So Lulu, guys, ends up being a bit of a, I guess, sideways action throughout the day for the most part, but there was some opportunity there, mostly downside.
Yeah, I was looking for a pop in Lulu to fade, and just you have to have a level, and we'll talk about how Alibaba's not on the list, but I mean I waited for the 100 level and still lost, so it doesn't really, like that one's just running people over. Whoops, I went the wrong direction. I wanted to go to the daily chart. So Lululemon, I did feel it was a little bit too far. I don't have any trades on it today because I thought maybe it would get into this range, and if to me you're not wrong till it gets to 85 to 87, then as a day trader, there's no available short for you when it's at like in the mid 70s. It doesn't make any sense risk to reward. What are you going to short it like 10 and hold it for $10? That's not going to work. So when it came to the upside, I thought it would just maybe give it a little bit more. If it got into the 80s, that's what the short would have been. And now it's doing abjectly nothing. I guess we wait to see if 360 holds, and that can become a level for tomorrow. And maybe it'll be a trade for the next couple of days after earnings, and we can work something there. But yeah, kind of a nothing burger for me on Lululemon. I did have like the notion of a short, but nothing ever set up. And if nothing sets up, don't take the trade. That's one of the lessons we try to talk about every single day. Just because something's up a bunch on the day or in play or in a gapper list, up or down, doing a bunch of volume, it doesn't mean you have to trade it. You just need to see something and then execute it. I saw nothing on Lulu at these prices. But we'll look at this 360. If it holds this same level tomorrow, that could be interesting, whether it's a flat bottom breakdown or support level, only because it's not there. Oh, no, we have Apple on the Apple Buy Now, Pay Later. But by the time we get to it, I might get stopped out of Affirm in 2 cents anyways, or like 3 cents. But yeah, that's going to happen any second now. But I guess we'll get to it in a couple of topics here.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for everybody there in the chat for supporting the show, and just keep it coming, man. I mean, we're here every single day, and we want to thank everybody for watching. Great job with Max on the midday show. Great job by Sharif, as per usual. I mean, Sharif's a pretty class act guy, so I want to thank him for all that work as well. But all right, let's go here. What are we talking about? Lulu. Yeah, man. I mean, Neil just talked about it, so there's not much to say. I didn't look at this that much today, but it's that 360 level. This is the same level that we talked about earlier on in the day. And why did we pick that? I mean, it was just that this little bouncing level there was 366. And then you go down to 365. Well, all of this was hit early. I don't think it's a very wise decision. And this is, again, I just, took it right there on the trade of the day. So it's not like, I'm here to say that every single call we make is great, but I don't like trading things right away off the open, especially if it's earnings. And that's something that I've really adjusted to over the last couple earnings phases, I guess. What do they call them? Earnings seasons? Hello. Earnings seasons was even an Intel or a Microsoft, or even names that I'm comfortable trading. I feel like it's a little risky to trade those in the first couple minutes, but this is what Lulu does for you today. It gives you that bottom. Like when you're getting all these little wick bottoms right away off the open, that to me right there, if you're noticing it and you're on these names, and this is what I'm going to add to my earnings season plays moving forward, is that when I'm seeing all this, this is worth a long at some point. Whatever the price is here, if you get it at 363, your bottom is 361, whatever that bottom wick is there. So you take as many shares that you're willing to sort of stomach that loss, right? And especially where you think it can get back to. So if you see a 63 there, well, we started dumping from 70. So $3 or $2 worth of risk to get back to 70 makes a lot of sense there, right? That's a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 ratio. So when you're doing that, I think it's worth it. So if we keep that in mind, I think at this point, the fact that you're still up 13%, I feel like they would have dumped this a lot already. We had the implied move of only being 6%. So anyone that was long that wants to dump it probably already did. So I would say you just keep playing long off this bottom right there. And again, look, more bottom wicks right there. It's easy. It's easy because there's bottoms here, and then there's bottoms here, right? So it's easy when you look back. It's tough when you're in the moment. So I would say if you're going long this name, you set your stop right now so you don't even have to worry about it at 359.50. Whatever the low of the day is where you get out. And I think if you stay with that kind of a strategy, you'll be okay on names that report like this. So that's what I'm doing for Lululemon there. I just want to check on FRC because we talked about this earlier on today. Do we have SI? We're not, okay. No, we don't have SIVB on there because it's just kind of a recent mover. Remember at the beginning of the day, I said if there was going to be any name that you would want to YOLO, it would be this one, but maybe you do it into the close because yesterday, this is exactly what happened. We had a nice move up into the close right there on SIVBQ. So that was a great move into the close. And then you could have got that same price here today. And then look at this blast up. I'm not embarrassed to say this. This is a policy that we have. If a pink OTC market or pink sheet name closes below $1 the previous day, it's blocked for our system until it gets above $1. I mean, we can talk to our risk management department and things like that, but that's the way it is. And unfortunately, we can't even trade SIVBQ today. It's going to have to close above $1, and then it still has to get approved and unlocked and so on and so forth. But wow, what a move up today, up 150% on this name. So if you panic sold yesterday, apologies, but if you're trying to get out right now, watch out when this thing breaks $1. It could get really interesting because if there's other firms like ours that have that sort of stipulation, well then it's going to get real once it breaks above $1 because then there should be new money piling into this thing. Whether or not that's a trap for people to go long on, I don't know. Just letting you know that that's why Neil or myself aren't in this name. It's just it's not punchable for us.
But it does mean we are implicitly now cheering for the stock to get over $1 and close there.
Well, it's going to get there now. I mean, now you need 4 more percent.
If
this goes up 140% and stops at 145%,
we didn't come all this
honestly,
way.
Neil will eat his shoe. I mean,
why I got to eat my shoe?
I don't know. I just threw that in.
If it doesn't break $1, I'll eat a slice of pineapple pizza. How about that? No, actually,
see what I'm doing for everybody here?
Oh, why do
something
I say
so ridiculous
like that?
I said just gave us like content.
Why I shouldn't have said
so
that.
if it doesn't break $1, you'll eat pineapple pizza.
I don't want to do.
So the minute it breaks $1, we have to get you pineapple pizza tomorrow.
No, but
lunch.
It's going to break $1, so it doesn't. It's fine. It's just we got to come up with something new. I genuinely don't. I genuinely
Brandon,
don't.
We tried. Oh, as SBNY signature, the other name is up here. We can come over to my screen.
That one's crappier.
I'm not going to make the same bet with you because this is only 20 cents.
If that gets to $1, I'll eat a shoe today. That stock is much different.
Fine.
Much different.
Fine. We can make that happen. I mean, I don't. We can't make it happen. Go to $1. I don't think. But SBNY signature bank. Neil was talking about a little more issues with that name, and it's only up 52%. So.
Yeah, but it's
All right, Brendan.
What's next?
I hope you cashed out of your SIVB long from yesterday, Brendan.
Damn it. No, I didn't have any, unfortunately. What a move. Unreal. Let's go on to chip stocks. We'll talk a little bit about the semiconductors. We saw on the board when we came on there, it's all about Micron today. It's all about Intel as well. Pretty impressive. 7+% for INTC. This is what we were dealing with this morning. Highlighted the date there just to emphasize the fact that they're talking about AI to be a thing, essentially boosting sales not until 2025. So a bit of a problem for Micron? Not so much. 6.8% here, guys, for MU.
This is the exact 2 quarters in a row Intel had the same response, right? It was essentially the worst quarter they ever had, 2 in a row, and Intel found bottoms each time. Micron's essentially doing the same thing. There was one level on the daily. This is 6180. That was the one level. Play for short, reverse to long, it goes to 64. So this is one of those. I'm going to have that short every single time. Shorted it to 62. It broke, reversed into the long. I made one mistake on these stocks, and that was always come back and look at the relative strength versus weakness, because Micron comes all the way back in and then all the way back to the top. And I looked at this and I looked at Intel and said to myself, let's go shorting Intel at the high at 31. And there's a very vast difference between these two charts, right? Like Intel was just a different beast in terms of momentum to the upside. Like that 34, like that 64 level on Micron is shortable. There was nothing up here telling me to go short except for the fact that it was 31, and I was looking at it on the daily chart and saying, well, 31 looks like kind of a thing on Intel, so let's just short that level. But it didn't slow down, it didn't check up, and there's a very big difference here. And I think, when you look at that, you got to be able to pick and choose. So it was all clean on Micron. I should not have shorted Intel. I should have shorted 64s on Micron instead of trying Intel, which is still just a straight shot to the upside. So very different reaction here, but kind of for the same reason. That's why you have relative weakness in Nvidia and AMD. And I say relative because Nvidia is up 1%. I'm sure AMD is up 1% too. But these names, kind of more cyclical, been more beaten up. We were talking about how they have more room to catch up, and now they're trying to catch up. Now, do I think fundamentally they're as good as the others? No, that's not true. As a matter of fact, they're not even close to that. But if you do believe the recovery is coming for the sector, then these names have a lot of room to catch up a little bit. And we'll see what happens the next couple of days. But Intel, I could have some shares called away in the next couple of days.
That'd be sucky, but that's okay.
It's not the end of the world. Like, when you do that, you expect, if they get called away, it's not the end of the world. Yep. You're okay with selling the shares, right?
Yep, I like it. Okay, so just real quick here about Micron, and finally, I threw my sticky note away because of Alibaba. But again, if I just stuck with the rules on Alibaba, we would have been fine, and we'd probably be short right now. But we are right now long on Micron, and this was the #1 name today at $62. So again, we talked about not trading names real early in the pre-market, but for Micron today, it broke through that pre-market high. So I did not trade the pre-market high. What we wound up trading on Micron, of course, was the break. And this is what we talked about. I tweeted out graphs, everything. If we broke this 62 right here, it was a level that we liked. So it just goes back into the beginning of the week. The 62 was right there, but it was just, it's not even those ones. It's right here. It goes back 61.80. We talked about some of these highs right there. So I just really thought that when we came in this morning, it was up 3%. It just made a lot of sense that if we took out some of these past highs here on Micron, that it was definitely a name that I wanted to be long. So there was 61.70. We gave it to 62. Once it broke that, the rest is history. Micron definitely taken well all the way to the upside. It just retraced. I'm still in it. But again, I have that small piece. So it went back to 64, thought it could go again. We'll wait to see if we can get back up there. That's probably a really good out right there. So let's just respect when companies report in the right space, in the right sector with a decent level to break, then we're going to go long. So Micron was a good one. It's the #1 name. I wish that was my only trade. I was even talking about it. I was like, oh, okay, we're done with Micron. I said to everybody, I was like, if you have this, go golfing or something right there, because the market's been pretty quiet. Although it started picking up and gave Micron a couple different opportunities. It came right back to 62 right there around 11 o'clock. Could have been another long. So I feel like there's been some good opportunities in that. Are we talking about, okay, so we just have a bunch of A stocks yet?
98.7 it just got to.
What did? Oh,
SIBBQ.
I'm watching it right now too. Yeah, we're unable to trade that unless something
there, baby.
changes. I'll try to put some orders through at $1, but it won't work.
No, it won't. It doesn't.
It won't work.
Yeah.
And then AMD right now, we're just trying to buy the bottoms. We were disastrous early, then made some money now on the shorts back in until we got stopped out a little bit there. And then we've just been sort of going long off these bottoms right here. So I'm making some money back on AMD, but it looks like it's going to break right now, I think, especially with this market below the 50 period. That's not making me very happy. So the fact that we're still talking about chips, it was fine, but I would like this to get back to the upside. We're long right now 49s with an expectation of a break if it will get out if it breaks this 30. So again, 49s, that's 20 cents worth of damage if we're wrong. So we like to make at least this back, which makes sense, man. If we can get back to the 50 period and the 200 period, that should give us what we want. So hopefully a nice little upside move coming for AMD off those bottoms.
To Apple, we can talk big tech in general here. I mean, it's been a slow grind all day, not only for the NASDAQ, but this one specifically. So Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, all kind of looking like this, guys, 1.6% right now. We do get that nice gap to the upside this morning, and then it's just been a slow and steady grind through that, what was it, 160, I guess, was that last level that gets taken out. But BNPL comes out yesterday. We were wondering if this was going to be a mover today. Probably not the biggest catalyst for Apple. Maybe downside we were thinking for Affirm. If I go over here, I can show you not the case either as we take out day highs here for Affirm, up 8%.
Okay, look, Affirm is gone right to the high from yesterday, which essentially is where my stop is. And I came in thinking, okay, well, if Affirm goes up, it's just a matter of where I want to short the stock. And so we just talked about this. Well, at least you just talked about it, and it's sometimes right. If you catch one of those moves, like you have a thesis, okay, the first level that Affirm gets into that I like, and sort of looking at yesterday's highs, had it been 1040, had it been $11, I guess we take those trades. That one works. Maybe you should just leave it at that. And what I mean, it doesn't mean you can't maybe reshort this level, like the lower high, and then it falls apart with a lower high. That makes sense. But essentially, I short the same level in the afternoon when it's trending to the upside. I mean, that's kind of an upward trend. So we'll see. We'll see if it works out. But I'm going to give back here if it takes out the high. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with one and done on an idea. Just because it looks good once doesn't necessarily mean it looks good the second time. And there's a value to saying, it really respecting that high might be not getting to it a second time. Now it has a chance to still work, but my play was going to be shorting Affirm. I didn't really trade Apple, didn't really look at Apple today. We can go over some of the other names when we're done the rundown, but yeah, Affirm is up 8% on that news, and sometimes it just comes down to a stock being so badly beaten up that there's, even though it's bad news, how far is it going to go down at this point? So that's what's happening here. I don't necessarily know if it's going to get through this 11 level, but just expect there is some squeeze potential once it gets past 11. This is a decent move for Affirm, 8%, but that's meaningless in the grand context. Like 8% seems impressive, but when stocks are down this much, again, it's a bear market for, what do we call them, trashy tech? So it's a bear market for trashy tech, and in that case, when you get 10, 15, 20%, 30% moves, those are meaningless to anybody that's bag holding this. Right, like you need this to go, I don't know, 2x, and then it gets really, really interesting in the 20s. I think if this gets past like 21, there's a lot of people that'll be lining up to short it. But like down here, it's not really a move till it breaks 11 even. It's just for day traders at this point. But above that price, it gets spicy.
Spicy, just like we like the meatballs around here. Okay, so, whoa. Oh, you're talking about Affirm. I was like, what are we talking about? And then I looked over as Apple. Okay, good.
I didn't trade Apple, so I just,
Yeah, you just skipped it over. That's fine. I'm here, so we'll talk about this quickly here. All right, so Apple's only one trade for me today. I wrote it down. I really liked 158 long. I thought maybe if we got back into where we closed yesterday, remember the market was up about 1% as this day started. So I felt like maybe we could trap, or maybe not we, but maybe the market would trap a couple bears, a couple bulls up there, and then we could fall back in, and then I would start to buy something around here, 158.50s, something that came through on this pre-market level, but then the market took off, the market opened up, and the rest is history. Huge upside moves for Apple, but not really. I mean, it's just a huge upside move early, gets right to 160, falls back down. We then take that 160 break, and I can't even really zoom in because we have some of these bad ticks here, but we take a 160 and a 160.10 off that break and get them all out here like 20s and 30s, and that's it for me, man. And then when we broke back below, that was it. Noticing that we did respect this 50 period. I heard Max talking about the 50 period on here. I use it. I've been using it for a while. There it is right there. Really respected that all the way up on the 1 minute chart. You got a couple dip down spots, but yeah, Apple's been pretty much of a snooze fest here today as it doesn't really want to do anything. There was Brendan, you might have saw this, maybe not. I know we were kind of busy throughout the afternoon there, but they announced a date, I guess, where people are thinking that they're going to announce the wearables for their goggles or whatever it is that they're coming out with, their glasses or headset or whatever. So that could be something right now for Apple as some motivation for that upside. Uh-oh.
Huh?
It's not pineapple pizza time because it looks like we are going to break this dollar right now. You're good to go right now on this dollar. I mean, it's going to break it there. We're going to get one tick above right now.
Boom.
I'd go long. Look at everybody loaded up right there. I'll try to punch right now.
No, we can't.
I cannot. Like I just tried to punch 01s, 02s, everything to go long right now. So now you're finally starting to see, you're going to see some more tradable securities coming through here, like names that are able to trade this because they're going to be able to make a market once this is over $1. So let's see where the inventory is. Look at this thing starting to climb right now, but unfortunately cannot trade it. I just tried to punch like small 500 shares there, and it was just rejected me with that exact same thing, not tradable under $1. So yeah, it's going to have to close here. It's good so far, so good. SIVBQ. Can someone say to the moon? I don't know. We said this would be the only YOLO name. As AMC's on deck for that. Anything you want to say about this?
No, just have a really official, there's a really official name for this rejection in your order log. Micro cap, I almost said micro crap. Micro cap security restriction.
When you said that, I was like, for real it says that?
It says micro cap security restriction cell, risk order failed restriction list. So that's the full error message for that. But tomorrow, hopefully we can trade this thing and see, I don't have to eat pineapple pizza, just how it will be. The ball don't lie. They know it's not real food, so there you go.
Yeah, that was an easy one, though.
It was. I mean, it wasn't going to get to...
When SBNY breaks $1 today.
Oh, come on. It's at 20 cents.
Look at this thing go. I mean, come back. Oh, Neil just had it up, but come back here, man. There's 10% right there.
It's still going.
I mean, if you wanted to trade legitimately, there's 10%. I mean, we said break 1. I was trying to punch 01s. There it is right there. I mean, if you're able to do it on your account, put that 10% in your pocket. It's going higher. Put more in your pocket, however much you want. I think this is
Remember,
going...
it was a $60 stock. Shorts have not...
Well,
No, but there's people that are short that are like, whatever, I'll hang on to zero because they're so deep in the money. What do they care if it's 50 cents they cover at or 75 or $1.20? But there's probably still covering going on, and there's people making shot plays. We've seen it before. We'll be able to trade tomorrow, which is interesting. That's what's more fun for us is we'll be able to actually trade this tomorrow. Well, okay.
Has to close above $1.
Yeah, that's to close above $1. You're right. That's
So that's the jinx. We need this to trade above $1.
Totally jinxed it.
All right, let's wrap things up with AMC. Back to the downside we go today. We were wondering if there's going to be any follow-through, any kind of additional news that comes out on this after this move yesterday. Pretty impressive to say the least. 460 up to 5.5 essentially. We got the pullback at the end of the day, and then, it tried to hold here early on, but no such luck. Now, below 5 and holding below 5, if you missed it late in the day yesterday, the initial report was Amazon was interested, but they also came out and then said, yeah, Amazon was interested and has been for quite some time, but only as a distressed asset, essentially. If they go bankrupt, then sure, they'll pick them up, but they're not going to pay a premium, guys, for AMC.
Well, this was a bit of a snooze fest today on AMC, which I suppose would have been... We knew this was going to be the possibility, right? Like, it held 5 early. You were good for that trade. I did take that 85. By the way, I guess got stopped out of Affirm, so we'll slap the fail on the second one there. Sorry, not on AMC, but slapping the fail on Affirm because I just got stopped out. And why am I long? I don't want it. I will take 2 cents on the long that I didn't want. I told you guys I liked the long at 85. Kind of in front of that breakout yesterday. Instead of longing 5, just wait for it to get under. Long here, well, that kind of worked, but look, it never broke $5. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's as horrible as it gets. It goes 10 cents, it pulls back, it goes 10 cents, it rejects 5 each time. This isn't going anywhere today. Obviously, if there's more juice to this story, the stock wouldn't be trading in this regard. So I kind of guess back to normal. Maybe if it breaks 5 today, there could be a little something just because that's turned into a level. I don't think it's going to make any kind of move like it did yesterday, but that'd be the one thing you could hold out hope for, only because it's the only thing I'm left in from earlier. Carnival was a good short yesterday, but you know, sometimes things go down far enough, they squeeze to the upside. Wasn't a great quarter by them either, but it doesn't matter. Price action's price action. So it broke a flat bottom break. That was a good short. It then broke out the next day, broke out the top above that 960 level, worked to 990, but this has been kind of a rinse and repeat. We took the 70 break in the morning into 990, then said don't take 70 again, kind of wait for it to test, get 60s in front of 50. But it has the same problem at 990. It can't seem to get to $10. So it's been a good one, but it needs to break out the top. And the good thing about this is this has room. Like I kind of felt like maybe this could do like a big parabolic break 10, get into 1050 today. That's not in the cards. We'll be looking at this tomorrow just on the off chance it does it. It's starting to kind of break out of its little malaise. The last time it had a move like this, you saw what kind of happened. Like it kind of generated into one of those 10, 12 days in a row to the upside when it broke a consolidation like this. You know, sometimes it does like 3 days in a row and then flush. But I like a chance to at least get to 1050 if it holds this 960, 970 level for the next couple of days. So good long, much better if it gets past that $10 level. That'll be in play all week.
Okay, I'm working our risk department right now to try to get that unblocked, but apparently there's an issue with doing that. So I haven't been really too much focused on this because I want to unblock it. I think it's great to trade for us. I think it's great to show on the show. And what I'm talking about, of course, is SIVBQ because it just went again. I don't have anything to say about it. Well, I mean, I have something to say about everything. But here's SIVBQ right now, up to 117 right there. Like now back down to 108. It might be too violent. Like I don't know what. You know, but to throw around a couple thousand shares here, I don't think it's unreasonable to do that right now in this name, but we'll untradeable right now. So that's that. How many likes do we have? I mean, do we have 1,000 right there? Someone just said goal already met for our daily likes. So I want to say a big shout out to you, Igor. Don't make me look. Yeah, not even close. 425. I'm going to refresh that. Let's get that like count going because otherwise you're going to have to hear something stupid like this. Take this opportunity to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You won't be disappointed. There's lots of bangs. Yeah, not so many bangs today, but we'll get some bangs going for you guys.
It's 2:30. We got time.
We got time. I mean, I have a banger right now.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, I have a banger right now. I mean, let's go, man. Hit the like button right here. What's up, Adam Deleuze? What's up, everybody out there that's not deluzing today? Because, you know, we are getting... That was pretty good, right, Sharif? All right, so, you know, it's a nice move up here. We just put this on. So if you missed this one, which you would have because it was 5 minutes before the show, I just put it on right there again at 2:15 and talked about it when we put it on. So there it is, man. I told you the bottom of this play was 30 break. We're long at 44, that's 15 cents. So right now, 44 plus 15 is 60. So there it is right here, we're up to 70. So a good trade so far here. I'm gonna get another piece out as I do the math in my own head right there. So there it is, man. Hopefully this is all good to go up to the upside. There it is, everyone likes that. Thanks for that. Sometimes it's come up with some pretty creative stuff. But yeah, AMD right now to that moon side, hopefully, and a little bit higher than even the moon. Neil talked about AMC. You know, yesterday.
It's so boring.
Yeah, yesterday was that same trade. So yesterday I had this long, and I said we're going to get out if it breaks 490. We were lucky enough, and sometimes we get the bad wick, sometimes we don't. Actually, you know what? I'm going to talk to our CIT here because you know, we should be able to have our ticks from yesterday. They were there like a couple versions ago, and then they got erased.
It's a new version. They haven't been there since.
So I don't know if that's, maybe it's a data issue. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that was creating some slowness in our charts calling back yesterday. But I would just say that 490 again today, it didn't hold, right? We went down to 85 there. Is that the low today? Yeah, 80s. So I would just say you go long AMC and wait till it breaks 80, and then you get out. I mean, that story that happened yesterday, apparently it's not even really a story. Like it's a story, but not like a news story. So that was, of course, Amazon possibly having interest in AMC theaters as a depressed asset. And for me, AMC, don't they have a theater? Yeah. Don't they have a catalog of movies and stuff like that? So maybe that's AMC Entertainment. Maybe that's a little bit different.
Yeah,
than this, but I don't know because there was something about I don't know. You guys tell me. Do they own any content? I don't know. So
no, it's the other one.
Yeah, it's AMC, the other one. AMCR. Isn't that what it was?
Networks. It's
Networks.
AMC Networks.
Is it AMCR?
It's something. I forget the other company's name. You guys. You guys know
X,
it.
yeah, AMCR is Amcor, AMCX.
But apparently, so the last time
that's the network
the
one,
last time there was a rumor of Amazon being interested in their actual theaters was in 2020, 2019, 3 years ago. Yeah, anyways, a few years back, and there was a 42% move up, and yesterday was nothing close to that. So that's kind of how you knew this was a bit of a nothing burger. I want to point one stock out from this morning that I think has a shot here. I'm going to cancel my bid down here because I got into this on Square, I reloaded it, and I was like, I'm getting up, so I just got out, got up, came back, and it was kind of off here, and I didn't want to take it away from 66. That's really the only price I was going long all day, and it's right back at that high. So Square has been good on a break through 66. I might have missed a chance to get it, but I think even back into VWAP or any pullback, this feels like if the market takes a high, we thought Square could go a little bit more because it has that big gap to fill above that level. So we liked 66 because it was breaking this since the short seller report from Hindenburg, and now it could be taking out that high. But I'm going to first available dip into a consolidation. I'm going long just again in Square. I said I should be long this all day long. I should have been long this all day long.
All right. So welcome back to the show as wow, SIV to the B continues to go, man, and continues to be an absolutely monster. I'm getting some more. Oh, by the way, that's still AMC. I just want to talk about AMD right now. We're getting, oops, that's Apple. We're getting more out, man. We've just taken VWAP, so we got more out. We still have half. I'm going to spin this for myself because honestly, it's not about the fact that we're making money. Well, it is about making money, but we still have half. Normally at this point, when we have this rip like this, I'm out of way more than half at this point. So I'm pretty happy. And with that being said, hey, I got to put an offer out and get another piece out right now because we are well above VWAP. See, now that I see it fail there, I get out. All right, so let's get out some 87. And I'm just going to wait now. I do have another piece to get out here at 95. So I'm just going to wait for that and try to be as patient as I can with that fill. But there goes AMD right now. And just be very, whoopsies, just be very, very careful with this name. I got this new mouse, and it's like super sensitive. I got to be able to figure this out. Right there, we just topped out at 90. And just looking to see what we did today on AMD. Again, like this is the kind of trading that I want to do, right? I mean, when you're seeing, this kind of a level right there, be protected, and then look at this, I'm even learning new things here. When you're seeing all these bottoms come through on AMD, these are areas for me to get long. Like, that's an area, that's an area, that's an area. Don't take this bottom of this to mean anything. I just drew this so I could highlight it for you. But there's the long again on this. So, taking advantage. We take it at the 50 period, get some out, average it in, get it again, and then blast it to the upside. So, that's the kind of trading that I'm pretty happy doing here. And that's AMD with me right now. So, yeah, happy with it. Let's see if we can make a new high right now. Not new high, but at least get back up above 96 and then look at 96.20 again. This is what I'm talking about here for AMD. And congratulations, man. What's up to Beat Fanatic and everybody out there that's trading levered stuff like SOXL and things like that? I think great. I mean, we don't have a problem with
trade whatever works.
Yeah, like we can, especially if you are limited maybe with PDT rule or something like that, and you really think there's going to be an aggressive move, then yeah, trade something that you can get 3x return if you do feel good about it. So shout out to anybody doing that. And here we go, baby. AMD trying to hit that 95 right now, right where we're at. Let's go. You should see a tick come through here. If we get up to 95, I'm sitting there. We're at 92. Here we go. Let's see this together. There it is, 92, 93. Hopefully we get to 95 and then get out one more piece. And then what we're getting out now is 30% of what we have left. So hopefully a good take. But you see how I'm seeing that resist at 93? So I'm automatically thinking, again, my stupid scalp mentality is like, get out in case that's the high. But it ain't the damn high. Let's go. And that's what we're all talking about right there. There it is, taking that out at 95 for 30% that's left. It's only a 50-cent winner against 15 cents, so that's 3-1. Happy about that. Now let's try to get more money back. I'm still pissed off about Alibaba.
Always going to be. It's just one of those frustrating ones. Like I said, I waited for 100 and still lost. It's like that one was, it was just you had to find your way into the long. But someone just asked, it was Thrill in the chat, asked about Nvidia with AMD going to the upside. I'm not shorting. I will probably short 270 like from this morning. That was pretty solid. But I'm now looking at this level here. I tried to get it on this curl, and I just kind of left the order in because I know I like it. Above 269 into 269.5, like into the 30s, mid-30s. That's where I'm going to be sitting, waiting for the opportunity just to get in short. As I said, there's been relative weakness, strong right now, but relative weakness in this name compared to the Intels of the world. Someone just asked about Coinbase. Yeah, it's at 65. This is when I said short it if it gets to 70, but it never, like it got close. It probably got close enough to have taken a first shot at it, but it didn't get anywhere close enough to where I would have liked it. This is the definition of diddling in the middle. It's not at a price level that makes sense to me. This long would have made sense off of yesterday's highs. I think you could at least go for that. You're like, it breaks 64, doesn't get beneath yesterday's low, or sorry, yesterday's high, and then you kind of go long when it takes back 64 with a stop underneath, you know, like underneath here or something like that. But that's gone. I wouldn't touch that. I'm not going to touch that one to the long side or the short side. It has to get to closer to 70, and then I'm into it. Yeah, there's one, Rapid Home Repair. I'm just shouting out names, but I like flat bottom breakdowns. You guys know that. However, it plays both ways. It plays both ways. Look at Meta and look at this top. It's 205.30. I understand you can always play a level like this in either direction, but what's interesting about that, you have multiple tests at the same level, and you have room above if it were to break out. So I do think it's not a horrible, I wouldn't fault anybody, and quite frankly, I'm thinking about shorting it myself here with like 15 to 20 cents worth of risk, and then going into a long if it reverses. Now, the more I think about it, I should just be shorting it as well. Like, it's a good level. It's showing you a couple of times here that it wants to reject, give you 50 to 60 pennies, and then go. Got to be willing to break out with it because it's going up, but that's a shortable level as well. Give it 15, 20 cents. I like the R&R there, and then take the breakout when it comes. Don't look now, but Alibaba, if I'm going to talk about a flat top break or whatever, then Alibaba is getting close to 101. So it feels like it wants to go. I know it's a Chinese ADR. Sometimes they don't move in the afternoon, but I got a feeling if this one starts to go, it has at least a little bit of a chance. So eyeballs on that 101. We're like 15 cents away.
All righty then. I keep on looking here because I'm just waiting for that thing to come out and said Aaron Rodgers has been traded for 2 footballs to the New York Jets, because I just want to move on. Let's get going here. This is not going to affect the market. That's what just broke there was Pope Francis goes to the hospital. I don't know. It's not going to affect the market there, except for the fact that he's supposed to be rolling around in a Rivian. I thought at some. No, it wasn't Rivian. No, it was a Fisker Ocean.
Fisker. Yeah.
No. Oh, AI generated. No. I saw those AI generated pictures of Trump getting like arrested and run down by police and stuff like that. That was hilarious. There was another one of Mary Barra holding hands of Elon Musk. She's the General Motors CEO there, and people were saying like, oh, partnership and everything. I was like, what? So yeah, watch out.
It's going to be so easy to fake these now.
Oh yeah, especially now with like Chat 4 or whatever it is now, that they can put images and things like that and create AI and things like that. So there are probably other trading stations out there that'll create AI for their trades. But if you're looking for real ones, you found it right now. And yeah, I'm just only in one. Oh, I'm in 2. I'm still in Micron waiting for 64 to go on that upside right now. Hopefully we can retest that. 1 trade for Micron, been holding it. Should have reloaded it right there. Feels silly doing that. And then, of course, AMD, a nice high side move. Let's go over to Alibaba now and have a quick look. Wow, there it is. Okay. So I thought I was being all cool here because I went long a lot of shares right here. Once I got, whoa. That's right. Get rid of this. Now, once we went long here, I think it was right into here when it broke 100 that second time. Yeah. So it breaks 100 here. We get stopped out. We let it fall back, and then it retests the 50 period, which is great. Normally, I like a retest of VWAP, but that's kind of low. So there's the retest of the 50 period, so that when we took that high again, and I talked about this the other day as a strategy, right? So I'm sitting here trying to do this. Once it retakes that high again, we went long. And I was like, yeah, man, we started cashing out. We got all the way out. We got out at $100.50. So we made money back, but then it broke again. And broke down, and then we wound up getting out and getting a little bit short and getting out, and then we haven't really been back in it. But that to me right there, we could have still been in this, except for it broke back down 50 cents. It was a little bit too much there for me. I should just trading it with less shares, and then I would have been happier. But there's a retest again, and then the move back higher. So I think Max is right about this one. I hope he's still in it. He was talking about waiting for 103 or 104. I don't know.
Get 96.
I don't know if that's coming in or not.
95, 91 I thought was his price.
No. The price was great. I have that as an out on my short. That should have been a long right there. But
there's no volume on this.
Yeah, next time I'm just going to try to play the momentum names the right way. But the problem with Alibaba this morning, guys, and all of you know this if you're trading it, is that it was red to start the day into an up market. So I was like, okay, 100 is the short. it's not going to get to 100, right? And it's not going to go red to green and then up 3% like it is now, right? But
it doesn't have programs buying it up to every level. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
There's no
going
programs.
everywhere.
Where are the programs now?
Who wants to
by
watch
the
a
way?
podcast with me, Neil, and
101.
Brendan and everybody
We can talk
else?
some wrestling. We can talk some sports. We can talk some trading.
Yeah, we went talk.
We had a
Forget about
great
trading.
discussion. By the way, I am long 101.03 on Alibaba, but we had a conversation this morning about how
Long
much.
101?
No, it was like how much. Remember we were talking about this. It was like how much money
what
would
was it?
change somebody's life.
Yeah.
And then like my argument, because it was the context was, would $1 million change the lives of someone who was under, let's say, under the age of 25? And I was simply saying age matters. If you're 20 years old or 20 to 25, then yes, it's life-changing money. Now I get it when you're older in a different stage in your life. It's a lot for everybody, but it's
Obviously.
not. But it's I'm just saying it's a big difference, because what you can do and the choices you can make when you're at that age, it becomes life-changing money. Where it's different when you're 40-something years old and you already own a home and you're at a different point. You got savings, you got your retirement. No, it's just all I'm saying is, there's an argument to be made.
$1 million is a credit card payment. All right. No, not. Oh,
Come on, Bob.
If I keep going to those Raptor games, yeah, that's probably would be the situation.
Those beers, man.
People talking about Disney
It's not even good beer.
right now. Well, I mean, you said you like to have a beer sitting there watching a baseball game.
Because I'm out in the sun. Like, so it's different. Like I feel the need for a little something. When you're at a Jays game or just a ball game and you got the sun
general,
in there,
yeah,
you're
you
out.
need
It's like
booze.
you're outside. It's a different feeling.
Plus, it's baseball.
I go to the Raptors. I don't need to drink. I actually
Yeah.
don't. I don't drink when I go to Raptors or Leafs games. At least sometimes. But the Raptors, not really. I don't feel I need to.
Yeah, but it's too exciting, right?
It's enough. It's just it's different. Like,
Yeah, I
you
know.
I'm
That's
chilling,
what I'm saying.
I'm
Baseball's
talking.
more hanging out. It's
Yeah.
like baseball's more of a pastime.
Yes. If you go to a cricket match, you want to have a rum punch, you want to have a roti. Like, it's just, you just chill out for the day, get absolutely crunk, maybe do something else too.
You want to have other plans? Yeah. Okay, so here we go.
Hater. Yo, if you come with me next time, like the World Cup, and sit with the Australian fans.
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Dude, Australians, they know what's up.
I
They
went
know
to the
what's up.
TFC and sat
no
in the fan section. That was insane. The MLS team for Toronto, that was amazing. Yeah, have you sat there before? Oh man, it was amazing. I want to go. I'm going back to TFC games this year. So shout out anybody in the. I don't have tickets. Anyone has them? Let me know. Buy them off you. We'll go together.
Get
Whatever you
Mitchell
want.
seats.
I think that'd be. I heard that Arsenal tickets. Yeah, that should be a lot of fun
That'll
for
be
sure.
sick.
Okay, so yeah, good luck with that, and hopefully that comes through. All right, now AMD. I'm going to take another piece out right now at 80 if we can get it, which we should be able to. And there it is. We're just sitting right there. So we get that 80 fill now. And again, look, it's bouncing. There it is. Let's go. It's bouncing off right here off the 50 period and off VWAP, which is this purple line. So AMD, a nice little trade right there going to the upside. Not waiting for Baba. Sold it. Okay, Neil's in that, so I'll leave Alibaba alone for a little bit. One stock that we did mess up on again earlier on today. Mess up. I mean, I was here fully controlled on this trade. We have some outs on Tesla, but all these purples are shorts, and then it didn't go down. So when you're seeing this, and then you're seeing this, yeah, it's going to be a loss, but I'm actually pretty happy with the loss right there. That was a good idea to get out because it broke higher. Sure, it came back in there, but I would have not gotten out there. I was waiting for this. So the fact that we got out and absorbed that was pretty good. Tesla today, not in the realm of a trade for me. It doesn't seem like it wants to do anything. I keep looking at that SIVBQ, just waiting
Just out of curiosity, yeah.
for it to get open, but it's not.
This is frustrating. I get into Meta, by the way. Just you'll see I have one short position on. It's Meta. It's right here. I end up with 15 as a price, so we're risking about that 20 cents, like we said, to the high of the day. But it's not really moving, so not really breaking out. We're in the short. I'll look beneath 05s, obviously, to get some out, and then play it back into the trend. You can sort of see, I can draw a sloppy trend line if you really wanted me to, but like an afternoon trend. Like if it gets beneath 60s, there's almost no point. Like if it breaks here, then I want the next outs need to be like closer in here to like 204. So yeah, it takes them out inside of the range. If it really breaks down and falls apart, you get 04s. Baba's now gone the first quarter of the way to what I would think. It did this. So you can see this trade here, like at 100, it did this, like that same thing. It goes at 100, goes to the quarter, and then starts failing. And what I didn't do last time was take anything out, and then it did a dip buy, and I kind of dip bought at the wrong spot, kind of give it back to here. 99 was the level. So if it fails a quarter now, I think the long is like 70 cents down from here. So So I took some out, and now I'm looking to buy the dip. It's either going to 102 or I'm buying the dip, but I got to wait for it to get down to like 150, 160, somewhere around that range on Alibaba. We'll see what happens. Oh my goodness, Rivian, that was the other one. Thank you very much in the chat. Smoke the world. Well, don't do that. Nah, the world ain't here. We can't do ish. But I know what you actually meant by that. That's really nothing wrong with it. Rivian is breaking out from 14 bucks.
Yep.
This was on the watch list this morning. Remember how big that 14 channel was?
What was the news?
Oh, shoot. I have to go back and read it because, quite frankly, it wasn't on my list. I had too many things to look at this morning. It's not an excuse. It was at the bottom of our watch list. Actually, it was Needham reiterated a buy rating on them. But just quickly here, broke out that 14 level, not a red candle in sight after retesting it. That's a good trend. That's a trend. Let's look to join a Rivian trend. There's probably room to at least, 15, 20. That's been trying to break this for a while. Brendo?
Just reading a note here on this one. TRKA, yeah. Strange buy rating on Rivian this morning. That was a little bit unexplained. Genius Group, guys. So GNS has sent Troika Media a non-binding offer to acquire TRKA together with a proposal of capital restructuring. So looks like a buyout offer here coming for TRKA from Genius Group. Remember, that was halted this morning, GNS. So now they're buying TRKA, apparently.
Okay. Without knowing the terms there, though.
You just got rate. Your rate now for TRKA, your rate. I got another piece out there for AMD. Your rate at a level right now. Okay, now you're starting to break on the 20-minute chart here that we've already seen before, and that was 23 cents. So, we saw 23 cents 2 days ago. The high's been 24. Here's 23 and a half. So are my charts just missing? Yeah, this name goes all the way back. So we're missing past data on this. Let me call up an e-signal
you should
chart
go back to
quickly on this one.
Oh, you have it? Okay, good.
Yeah, we're just gonna check it out. So
look at $1.
Oh, well, that's not happening. I don't think they're going to get bought out for $1, but we'll wait to see what happens there without knowing the terms. Like, I don't know how much debt this company has or what, but yeah, we're gonna find this out right now. So that's what it looks like on the daily chart. We'll see where it goes, but for right now, you're running into some kind of support. I'm going to find out why my chart's not loading back here, but 23, 24 cents looks to be a decent top, and if you're in it, I would say nothing wrong if you're out of it around this area, and then you can regroup. Like, nothing wrong that if you got in on some news, take your 20 or 30% now, and then reassess it if we break 25 maybe. So that could be something there for TRKA. Let's wait on it, but thanks, Brendan, for that news, of course, and let's watch. The thing about that Rivian trade is yesterday I even mentioned it. Remember, I was like sort of talking about the Saudis and everything, and that I was thinking about going into Lucid at these levels. Well, that would have been a good call, and I didn't get in because look at Lucid today as well. What? It's up. It's only up 1.26? Okay, so maybe this is still fine. Oh, it's because Lucid tanked. All I saw was this. So I still think this is a decent call as well. We'll find out. Rivian, like Brendan said, a useless upgrade. Like, come on. But we'll wait to see what happens with it. I still like Lucid down here, thinking that 6 or 7 is a potential bottom for that as well. If Needham just upgrades Lucid tomorrow, maybe you get that 11% as well. There goes TRKA trying to take 24.
I don't... Yeah, Lucid was just so incredibly weak. It probably has room to run, but I like what's going on in Rivian if we can get it along there. I just got the first leg out on Meta, so that was okay, and then it just zipped right back up to the top. So that flat top breakout still in play. I will look for the reverse there. Looks like for temporarily, it made sense. It's the same thing, those silly quarters off an even dollar break. And sometimes a pattern happens in a stock where you saw what happened at 100. I shorted 100, scalped out, I longed 100. It went to the quarters and then just dumped right back in. So now I'm anticipating the dump back into previous support, and I'm just going to go for that long. So I still have a little bit, and then I'm going to go for more if it gets down to 160, and maybe that'll work a little bit better. But Rivian, we just talked about this. Still NASDAQ. It's still not even pulling back. I don't want to long.
Rivian's not OTC yet?
I don't want to. I want to pull back on the stock. I don't want to just punch in at the high of the day. I want some kind of a dip, and then we'll start joining that. That TRK is now through that 26. Oh no, it hit 26 and turn. It hit 26 and whoa, that's a big turn. I like when there's buyout news because then you feel a little bit better about buying a dip into it because in theory there should be some kind of a floor. Without knowing the fundamentals about the actual offer though, you're kind of just looking at where the technical level might be for it. And on the 15-minute, don't really have anything on the 15 that I like till it gets back to like 22 to 22 and a half. So somewhere in there is where I would look to pick this one back up. Otherwise, you're just punching highs and scalping it out. Oh, one other one, guys. I just wanted to go, I wanted to go over to, was Roku, somebody said. No, it wasn't Roku. It was a Boeing. That's the one I wanted to get to. Boeing. There's so many stocks breaking highs. Boeing's trying to take out this morning's high as well. That 208 level, this is not a bad level. Go to the higher time frame. Check it out. This is 208. We actually talked about this in the morning show. This is the 50 period. This is it trying to take out a flat top breakout. Again, I don't like chasing it. I'm probably reversing on Meta if that one goes. I kind of want to get into some Rivian. Do I want to add Boeing to it? Not sure, but that's a good one. Another one at the high of the day. All kinds of alerts are going off at Momo's high of the day on my trade ideas.
All right, so good news. All right, okay, so all good. All right, Intel. Yeah, so AMD, let's go. We just got it. We just got 7-1 on that. So that's a good move upside there for AMD. And again, we held a good amount. So we're pretty happy with it. We just made a good amount of money back here on the day. I'm long TRKA. So I punched the 25 and there it goes to the upside. So, I mean, right now we're in the money 10 cents. We're long 25. Is that 27? So, sorry, 9%, sorry, 10 cents. 9% or so on this move. It's got to break 27 and then we'll think about getting something out. I don't have an offer till 29. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go, but I do know where I'm going to get out. I mean, if we break below this sort of 20 where this all kind of started, then I think we can talk about getting out. I mean, I'm just going to wait for Brendan to come with something else, man. I mean, if this goes to the downside and breaks, then it goes to the downside and breaks. But we're going to be in this name right now. This, of course, is TRKA on talk from Genius Brands. Genius Brands, right, Brendo?
Yep.
Yeah, so there it is. Nice move to the upside. We just took that level out. We were talking about 25, 30 cents there. So once it took 25, we take it out. And here it is right back on this 20-minute chart. Okay, so now it's starting to fill out a little bit. Notice that high right there. That's where we're trying to get a little bit out right there at 28 and change. So if it can get up to that, we'll take it. But we just took out right now 23, 24s. We punched a long 25. Let's see if that works. I mean, we do have something here, at least at 29, where if it stops there, it wouldn't surprise us. So that's a good little level right there. And if it goes back down below 20, then I'm going to get out. So I think this is well worth it. 5 cents kind of both ways here to the upside. As there we go, man. We are now, look, 2.5 cents in on 25. It's a 10% mover right now for TRKA. So let's hit bang, and then maybe that'll work, and we'll get even higher on this one. So there we go. It's starting to work as well as AMD off these bottoms starting to work as well. So we're into TRKA here. Let's see how high this one can fly.
Yeah, that's going to be, oh, by the way, Genius Brands, of course, being the acquirer, they're at the low of the day and still falling. That's been a bit of a dog. Since it had that halt, things were great this morning, but now falling off. I'm at that level right now. I just took that Nvidia. We kind of talked about this when it was at VWAP. I like 269.50. Didn't take that short. Had the 70s or the over-under at 70s. Now I'm shorting off of that 50 level. Just going to adjust my stop order by a little bit here. I do not want to hold this past that 50. Every time it rejects, it's been pulling back a couple of dollars. I wasn't taking the lower high short. I'm into it now. If you're watching the chip space, Intel just made another high of the day. This stock is absolutely on a tear. So yeah, I want to take a dip on Rivian, but Intel looks pretty solid at 31.25 if you can get back into that. Alibaba just checking back in. It's still at 101. So not in the money, not out of the money just yet. I'm looking for the dip buy at 150. If we get it, we get it. We'll let you know. And then CCL, I'm holding for the high of the day break. It's at the high of the day. We got it down at the 60s. I'm looking for the high of the day break. Then it can challenge that $10 level, and then we can really get jiggy if it breaks that 10 even. So that's what I'm in. And then Rivian is the one I'm going to get my bids out. If this falls anywhere near the 20s, that's where I want to pick up some Rivian here. Another impressive move for them. Not necessarily a believer. There's Meta. Meta just broke out to the high of the day, so flat top break on Meta. Looks like the longs are coming in strong. Nvidia, the last of the shorts.
Yeah, man, we're really printing now. $1.70 in the money on Micron, so that's a good name, right back to the highs. It's more AMD just hanging out up here that we're trying to wait for to go back and forth. That SIVB, we could talk about that quickly again. I'm just bringing it to everyone's attention because I know there's pretty hot trading on this right now. 58 million shares of a dollar name with very, very tradable here. I mean, I don't think if you guys are nervous about it, I wouldn't be. I've been watching it. There's a lot of liquidity here as long as your broker can execute against OTC market participants. I think it's fine. I don't know if everybody's quoting this. I think that's part of the problem with why we're not trading it. So we're going to have to wait to see if it can get quoted a little bit better on our end. But it looks fine for me. So we'll, it might not be able to get activated for us. But right now, SIVBQ makes that high of 130, and it's now coming back down. I'm hoping anyways, that we can stay above $1. That still might not solve our problems. So we're going to wait to see if that can happen for us. And then, yeah, I tried. I have offers out on TRKA. I have 2770s and I have 2870s. So, I have that both. As soon as this turned around, I was punching out and didn't get any shares. There's lots of shares here. I just kept offering. So when it went down, of course, I missed it. Here we go. So we're at 27.8 for this and 28.7. So we're at both of those levels to see if we can get it. This is why I don't like trading this. It's like, there's just too many inside pennies here, and quarter of a penny, and a third of a penny, and a tenth of a penny. So let's see if it goes. We're there. Obviously, if this takes 27, I would expect it to get to 28. So here we go. We're at 27.70. Let's see where it goes right now. It's a nice move up right now for TRKA. And hey, man, when there's smoke, there's fire, right? And if GNUS is going to take this off right now, non-binding agreement sent to them by GNUS. So thanks, Brendo, for that. And now we're going to wait to see where it goes. Maybe I just take a fill here at 27, take my 10% out of some of it. I think that makes the most sense at this point.
Yeah, and with the terms confidential, that's kind of the thing you don't know. But if you expect that there's Genius Brands, if it ends up being a stock deal, then Genius Brands is going to be under some pressure today, which it already is. So the assumption probably is that it's a stock deal. Nvidia just wick topped me. So when that happens, when I say wick top, essentially broke by like a hairpin and then came right back in. So I'm jumping right back in.
Let's go AMD.
Oh, wow.
It must be new, not news.
Something happened in the market.
The market's taking out the highs.
Yeah, the market's just going nuts right now.
Yeah, so we're well in this, man. There it is. This was a 95.40 long, and we tweeted it out off these bottoms right here again. And there it is, man. A nice move right back. We talked about it possibly getting to the high of the days here on AMD, and we just got there right now. So there's my out. As we don't have much left, but we have enough left to make a lot. I mean, we've already made the money, but to make a lot on this position was a good trade for me. So unfortunately, I'm still red on the day, man. We lost on Tesla, we lost on Alibaba, and so we will probably put an L on the board for today, but that's okay. We're down. We're not down as much as we made yesterday, so that's good, and that's always positive. Let's see what TRKA does. I mean, we have enough shares on that we could turn our day around as well. So let's wait. There it is. We took some out at 27. We talked about that. So there's a couple outs right there. My next out is 27.8, and then after that, we'll go up to 28.7, and hopefully climb. So all we need is like TRKA to come out and say that they're considering this or whatever it's going to be, and then we can start to see some action here. So right now that's the plan for me, to watch to see where this thing flies to. AMD, nice turnaround, guy. So that was a good out. Let's take another piece out here at 84. So we'll do that. Nice dip down there as the market falls in a little bit. So good out on the top. That was a significant part. And now we'll wait to see what happens here at the bottom as the market's coming back. Yes, Intel up 8%. So I just stepped into that for the first time ever a little while ago. And I think it was 27, 28. I'll find out exactly, but I was talking about this with my dad. So nice move to the upside right there for Intel and all the chip names today.
Yeah, well, some stronger than others, but yeah, definitely that. And I talked about getting wicked out a second and jumping back into the trade. This is what it looks like visually. So this is a 3-minute chart here on Nvidia. It blows that top and then immediately rejects it like right after that. So you knew something was going on in the market, like a big liquidity injection right at 3 o'clock, and then it blew the top, came right back in. So it just got stopped out, lost 20 cents, and then came right back to the price. It might take out that high again, which I have to respect, but the longs are now really starting to look a little bit better, guys. Obviously, like I have Meta into the long side, which I grabbed. I did not get into Rivian, clearly never got into Rivian, which is a bit of a disappointment, and hopefully it's going to give an opportunity to get into that one. Hit enter twice. Yeah, I'm waiting for 40s on a dip. I'm not going to get 40s. Might have to play off a 30 level there. Looks like that could be it. I'm not sure what that whipsaw was in the market. Obviously, you guys, if you were trading and watching a level 2 on anything that was big cap tech, you would have seen it happen, but it kind of recovered back to the same levels almost instantly. Someone's saying, what's going on with JPM? I haven't, if you looked at JPM tonight,
I looked at today. I mean, it was up to 130 almost.
Okay, that just dropped $1.40 and came right back. Yeah, something's happening with JPM.
Brendan will have it.
Yeah, I
have it right here.
You got it?
FDIC mulls squeezing biggest banks as it plugs $23 billion hole. So I don't know exactly what that means, but I first of all, TRKA hit. Bang, right now, so that was a good trade for us. Yeah, I remember when I was saying this before. This is why I got out of JP Morgan yesterday night, or a couple days ago at 126.50 or no 125.50 when we broke down. I didn't get out of everything, not even close, but we got out of some. Too risky for me on all this talk.
Bank fees. Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like sometimes the bigger banks wind up paying for these mistakes, but we'll wait to see what's going on with that right now. So we'll find out about what exactly is going on with it. Well, but nice move down.
Look, the way that they're going to be able to, when we talk about insurance, deposit insurance, it gets paid by bank fees. So if they just lost a bunch, then they're going to raise the fees on the other big banks. It just. Where else are they going to get the money back? $23 billion? So
it's a lot. It's not huge though, divided by all the banks. I mean, I guess that's why JP Morgan only went down $1 and is almost coming right back. So, yeah, nice play for JPM.
I don't know if I have a play on JPM there. I don't know whether you just jump into it. I don't think you automatically short it off this.
Well, you had those wicks. If you can get back down into 127 right there, I think that would be reasonable. But here we go, man. Yes, sir. One more time. Nice move upside right there for AMD as it's taken back out these highs again. So I'm going to put another out. Should we? I don't know. There we go, man. It is Bank City O for TRKA. I'm going to take another piece out on AMD right now. Why not? There it is. We just get that fill on TRKA. It's going to look like it's a mysterious fill because it hasn't filled up yet, that minute chart. But the bar, there it is. We just got 70s. There it is right now. There's 70s again. We already took it out. I'm going to take another piece out on it as we approach what? 29 right now? All right. I'm here with that. So there it is right now. That's a big winner, man. That's a big winner. Right now, we're going to hit bangs for everybody on TRK. Shout out to everybody. If you're on TRK, let me see you there in the chat, and we'll hit some bangers for you right there. 25 long. We got it, baby. This is 20% in the money right now for me. 20% winner right here for TRKA as we sit in the trade. And we still have 2/3 of this. So there it is. Everybody wants this. Nice move to the upside. There's TRKA. It's cruising right now. So there it goes, man. That's the play. We play the momentum. We kind of stay the same rules here. Play the momentum. Look at a larger time frame. And there it is, man. We're trading big caps, small caps, everything. Hit the like button for that one. There it is. TRKA. Monster move, and definitely got a little bit of my day back on that one. So yes, sir. Something that we don't normally trade. We just slip over to it. We show our versatility, and we get right into there as well. So you're welcome, Melv. You're welcome, Peter A. Everybody there in the chat. What's up to everybody? If this goes to $1, then hey, man, we're cruising. But I would not expect that. We're out of 1/3 of this, holding 2/3 of TRKA.
That's a monster short at $1, that stock. That's what I meant by the daily chart, because I've never seen a stock that got to $1 the way that one did and rejected it. That was completely insane. It just touched it and then fell like an absolute rock the minute it did it. It could, but that's the other thing. When there's deal news, there's always a possibility before you get a clarification that you can get halts to see what the terms might be. But because it's out and they've said the terms are confidential at this point and it's non-binding, I wouldn't expect a halt. BABA, again, cannot seem to break through that 125 level. If it gets through, I'd look for dip buys at a much better price. So forget about 60s. If it gets through 25, I'd be dip buying off this level. Just want to rejoin that trend. I'm going to be out at 70 on Nvidia. Looks like it wants to challenge that level. We'll look for more long term. I want Rivian. I want to add back into Alibaba. I know it has to make that trend and make that break. That's what it's all about. I don't know if it goes to 103, Ram. I think 102 is a little bit more reasonable on Alibaba than 103. That seems a little bit much today because it's 308. I don't know if it's going $2 in the next 40 minutes or so, but we'll be happy if it goes that buck. Remember, it's already come $5. It's $5 up on the day. It's not, I don't think it's going another 2 or 3. I think it's going another buck, and we can be happy with that.
Man, that sucks. It sucks that we can't get positive on Alibaba today, man. But yeah, that was a problem there.
Yeah, that bottom. The long was at 98 break, I think, on that stock. That's the problem. I was looking at the wrong level.
Yeah, it just sucks that neither one of us. We had that call and we should have had it. Damn it! I had that 100 long, man, and I only had it with a couple. Whatever. We trade different share sizes, but I had this down there at $100, man. Oh, that's frustrating, but that's okay. We'll get it again, man. We'll get it again. We'll trade Alibaba tomorrow and see what's going on with that. But I'm just excited right now for TRKA because we're trying to break 30 cents right now. We can go back on this name. I don't really trade these small caps, but when you get news like that and it makes sense, we're going to do it. And there it is right now. It's trying to break above this. So if we break above 30, do I see an instant move to 50 cents? Nah. But again, this is like real news, right? So there's the move upside right now for TRKA and still trying to go up right now on that. So we'll see if it can go. Did I just get, yeah, I got a piece out there at 30 or so, did I? What was my best out? 20, no, 29 is my best out. So let's get another piece. Okay, let's get a piece right now. I mean, all you have to do is offer and you're gonna get filled. So hopefully, there it is. I mean, there you go. So it doesn't even matter the gateway. Just offer a 50 there and get out. When you're dealing with this, at least on our side of things, the fees are negligible. Like some gateways will charge you, some won't. So do your research if it matters to you. But I'm just using gateways where it's basically free trading back and forth. And with this kind of liquidity, let's go. With this kind of liquidity, you don't have to worry too much about this. So there it is, breaking through 30. And hey guys, this is only a 30% winner right now for you. So, I mean, I can sit here and be happy with 75 cents on AMD. That might be 1%. But right now, TRKA is in the money now, 30% for me as it continues to make a move to the upside. So we're turning our frown upside down a little bit here with Troika? I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think it's Troika.
Troika.
I think it's Troika. You guys will correct me if I'm wrong about it. I'm pretty sure it's Troika is the name of the company.
I'm pretty sure it's Cash Money.
I don't know. Yeah, you just make sure your R&R works for that one because you don't really know what for all you know, they could be valuing it at 50 cents, $1, 25 cents. It's impossible to know. So it's a momentum play. I can say something about XPeng. XPeng's up 10%. I know it was just asked about it, but it's not moving in the afternoon. It's not going anywhere. It's not much of a trade there. Irish Mac, everybody made a great call on Ford at 11. Ford at 11 has been a thing on the daily chart forever. Well, not forever, but for the last year. Look at 11 on Ford. It's not rocket science. It bounces off this level. You go long in front of it. I don't know that it got there for the day trade for me. Quite frankly, it didn't get there. I think the day that it was down there, I was bidding 11.08. It went to 11, I want to say 18 or 20 or something like that. You would know better, Sean, but I was waiting for 11 even. On the day the other day when Ford bounced off.
Oh,
11.
yeah.
I think it went to 11.20 or 11.21.
It didn't bounce off 11.
Close.
Oh, was it?
I was waiting at $11, like in 11.08, 11.03, and it never got there. Temporarily, 70 is held on Nvidia. If it holds, great, fair enough. But right now, it looks like it's trying to get back to the top. My stop is still in play. It's up there above that 270 level. If it gets there, fair enough. Is there a trade in Intel?
It's small.
Obviously long. I can't bring myself to chase this thing. This is the strongest name.
Would you like to refer to
something? This is the strongest name. This is a monster. When you think about where it's gone, I said this in the midday show to the guys, I've been waiting around for Intel to get here, and yep, call incoming in 30, yeah, whatever. It's gonna get to this level, this 32, before Friday, that's for sure. This is monster retracement point now for Intel. It's been holding this channel for a year. Okay, close enough. You know what? Not a year, like half a year. But that's a big one. It churns through this. And remember, they just had the 2 worst quarters in a row since forever on this stock. I think we could see Intel in the mid-30s to the 40s. I'm done with shorting this name, coming in looking for shorts. I'm now starting to think long. It closes above $31, which it's going to do. I'm starting to think the longs on Intel. And here comes the dip buy. I said dip buys at 160 on Alibaba. Here it comes. Baba coming back in. It still can't seem to break cleanly. When it broke last time, it wasn't clean. It had to consolidate lower before going. So that's what I'm looking for here. So we said quarters and then wait back in here for the 50s and 60s.
Wow.
Now we're trying to get them.
Oh, man. Sharif just said, look at Micron. I'm like, yup. We in that one. So there it is. But we're going to get out another piece of AMD right now. AMD's $1 in the money. So that's not too bad off that. As you can see, our demeanor has changed a little bit here. We are well relaxed and chilling out here as we've definitely made some pretty great calls for everybody here in the afternoon. I just wanted to say, I saw someone there. Yeah, I'm 9. Yeah, you're right, Bears vs. Bulls. I just put that in there. I'm 9 followers away from getting to 40,000. I might be over there by now. It doesn't update it right away. If you can hit that on Twitter, that'd be great. People wanting to talk about XPEV, I don't know if that's anything to do. I thought you did already.
I mentioned it's literally not moving.
Right, okay, so we're not doing that. Yeah, okay, so we'll wait. We'll wait for this. Just in case you guys are following me on TRKA, I got it out there. Like I said, I've just been sort of putting it up, every single penny, kind of putting it up higher. So we do have a 32.30 out right there on TRKA, as it's right now at 31. It's going to go back up. I mean, here's TRKA right now, and it's flying to the upside here. So I apologize if this is the only name I'm looking at, because honestly, everything else I'm doing stink face to. I mean, Micron right now, print for you, Sharif. I mean, he's long Micron right now. I'm long Micron right now. We're long AMD. So this is a good trade here. Taking out the high of the day. And again, this is why I keep pumping the Twitter. I mean, I'm not making any money on Twitter. Can you even make money on Twitter? I don't know. But right now, this is for free, and it's your sticky note of the day. And on here, we talk about Micron long at 62. It's the only trade I took today. We have AMD longs on here. We have Apple longs on here. And it's a long day, so they're going to work. We have Alibaba short at 100, which I'm fine with, the Alibaba short at 100. It just sucks that I didn't really follow my own rule and got short way too early against it, which maybe I didn't, but I'm telling you, with the shares that I was trading there, I had to get out when it broke, and I'm sort of glad that it did, as it went all the way up to the upside there. Just took out 101.30. Great call by Mad Max over there. That was a good one. He was talking about holding for a much higher, and I hope that he did, and I hope that he got some out up there with a nice little move to the upside. So just sucks that that's a red name here today, but so far so good. Shout out to John Spruill as well. Thank you for the comments as we go. But look what just, I was going to say, look what's falling back, but it's not really. I guess we just did go to 28 there. All right, I'm going to put out another piece here. Like I said, this is not my wheelhouse to trade this. So when I'm in the money 30% on something, this is not something that I'm like normally comfortable with, but we'll take it, man. We'll take the money. And I just took another piece out right now at 30.25. So let's go, man. Let's go.
Depends on where the risk to reward is, right? Like,
well, there is no more. To me, that's out of there now, because I've already taken out half. Like, I mean, if it falls back in, I mean, maybe we just get out for flat. I don't know. I was going to wait for 20s. I'm just going to wait at this point. Maybe it pops into the close. Maybe it doesn't. But I think we've made our bed now with TRKA. Hey, if it tanks down, it was a fun ride. We're out of half. You know that. So let's see if we can still continue to make some money on it.
Oh, what an annoying one, Alibaba. Alibaba missed me by 4 cents on that little bit of a dip, but it's still going back to the top side. We'll try to get in the long the next time it dips down here on Baba. I'm going to leave my orders in, but if we take out the high, again, I want to raise where I buy the dip. I wanted to get them in this level. If it takes out the high again, I'm going to go for in here, closer to that 101 where we already have it. Let's see. Apple's making a move, but what the hell is going on with Alphabet? Alphabet is a problem today. This stock won't move. Absolutely. Like, it's barcoding for whatever reason. There's a 30-cent range for the last 2 hours. That's a no-fly zone, no trade zone. I don't know why. It's just relatively weak, and you got to accept it. Sometimes you don't necessarily have an answer to what's going on in the stock. All you can do is check the price action and try to ignore it. Tesla's waking up. Absolutely. I don't want to add a different name to it. I wanted to get Rivian. Is Rivian's probably too far? No, it's not. Rivian's starting to come back in. So next dip, I think Rivian's going to start to really come back in to that 1420 level. 420, why not? Let's see what happens. Meta reversed and now doesn't want to go anywhere, but it's still in the pocket. Like, short kind of worked, reversed into the long, still holding higher lows here. If it takes out the top, this is a pretty strong trend. I like this one going into the close, so I think this one can really go. The market is probably going to get to 13,000 today, so hold on to your butts. CCL just took out the high of the day, so we're holding through for $10 on this. We got it in the morning a couple times. We want the $10 level here. There's plenty of longs to be had in the overall market. I know Tesla is on everybody's mind. Okay, it's starting to go. It's above VWAP now. Tesla actually isn't that bad. 192 can come into play here on Tesla. But this, I don't want to add it to the list because I want to add to Baba. I want to find a way to maybe buy the dip on some Rivian there. I don't want to add Tesla to that list, but I mean the longs are in. We're at 2% on the NASDAQ. Until 330, I think you want to at least play the trend here.
Okay, I was just looking for Micron
330,
here.
I meant, sorry.
What did you say, 230?
I said 230 for
That's
some
okay.
reason.
All right, Praz over here. I was just looking at this Micron. I mean, we're taking out the day's high right now. I mean, this is a huge trade again for anybody that has this. I mean, to be still in it is kind of a little bit crazy to still be in this name, but we still are in this right now as it's starting to go back up to the upside. So I was just looking at like this 65 area, but then if we can break back down below 64, That's probably a decent out right there. I mean, we've held this pretty much all day, so very happy with the performance here on Micron. And the fact that we get this little bit of a bump up is a great story for me. So, you know, we'll continue to watch out for that play right now on Micron. But there it is. Nice move back up to the upside. It's really this AMD. I mean, this was a monster position there, and it just kept going to the upside. And I kind of can't get out of my own way. It's like the same thing now that we made this move. I mean, we held half. I was super happy with it, and it came all the way up. So I shouldn't be upset with where this is. But like now it's just ripping there with a nice little move. We did take more out on TRKA rate. Well, we know, actually, you know about that, 30s. So we're going to wait for it. I'm not doing anything on that yet again. JP Morgan, I just said, like, I thought the banks would have to be in charge of this hit. And no, I mean, that report comes out right all the way down, right back up. I guess maybe that 23 billion is not that much. So I don't know. We'll see if that can hold out. But right now, JP Morgan, what does it look like on the day?
Couple billion per bank.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. That's 129.70 right there. Yeah, I mean, if we take that, that could be good. That just goes right back into where we were this morning. So, yeah, I don't know. There's only 30 minutes left before we get the imbalances. There could be some bank names on there. I would look for the high of the day break, but that's a little ways away there on JP Morgan. So maybe that's a nothing. Did this affect FRC? It shouldn't. It has nothing to do with them. So, but there's FRC. Well, it has everything to do with these banks, but that comment shouldn't. And, yeah, FRC still holding out. I still like that 12 long until it's wrong.
I just wanted to address the question. Someone said, why not give Nvidia to the high of the day? Well, because I don't think you have to have risk to reward. And the short was off of 70. So there were two shorts. There was a short off the 50. Then it did the wick high. Then I re-shorted off the 70 level. And then it was a good scalp trade. Then it stopped out. But the shorts up here in the morning was not off of 270 and a half. It was short at 270, like 35, and then giving it to that high of the day, which was just about 270, 60, 67, so call it 70s. That's a different level. That's the high of the day. This was off of that even dollar. So you have to have an out on every single trade. Otherwise, I mean, if you don't have an out in a trade, then what are you going to do when it goes wrong? That's the question. Like, you can hold this to the high of the day, but that doesn't, to me, that doesn't make a lot of sense, especially when you can just keep on getting in and out and scalp trade, which a lot of times we will do. Let's see what happens. I mean, JPM, I said on a lark, like if it gets back up here, maybe you just short it off that level, but that's a pretty big snapback. I'm not gonna touch that. I don't want any part of trying to short this. Okay. That's way too good of a recovery. The longs are pretty much everywhere working with the exception of Alibaba. Now Baba doesn't want to go higher. Now Baba doesn't want to go to the high of the day. Seriously? Okay. I'm still on the bid. I want to get these 70s and 60s in here, but it's kind of ridiculous. Of course, this is a time of day that Alibaba doesn't want to go. Intel is still stupid and just churning higher. I keep looking for a dip buy. Doesn't dip. Cancel it. 32 is going to come, and I'm going to probably short 99 and get out at 01s, which I don't mind that trade. Be honest. Like at this point, if I short it, it has to literally be at 32 or 33 or 34, and 32 is going to come first.
Guys, Alibaba, I mean, you can follow us if you want to, but Alibaba is the worst stock for both of us today, right? Like, I mean, it's been a tough one to trade. So that's why I keep shouting out Max, like, congratulations. If anybody's up on Alibaba, I'm going to say awesome job for you. I find it hard when it comes up to a level and then that happens. It's too tough for me to do that, especially when we started where we did today. I'm gonna have to figure this one out because that's 2 days in a row where I feel like there was wicked opportunities on Alibaba. Yesterday I didn't trade it at all. Yesterday I had my best day of the month, so that's fine. But you know, I just feel like today there was another opportunity here, and I just don't know exactly why. Like I was looking short. Once it failed there and took that, maybe that's the high, but I'm going to do some work here and try to figure that out afterwards. But yeah, Alibaba, definitely a red name here on the desk, and it just sucks for that. But we'll wait for it. A name that's definitely not red today is Micron. I'm going to get out if this goes back below 64.15. I mean, we're now $2.50 in the money. So, I mean, for every bad trade that we're talking about for Alibaba, we'll put some money right back in our pocket on Micron, on AMD, not on Tesla, on TRKA here, on Apple. So yeah, it's been a bad day for me, but hey, it's pretty isolated. We've made a lot of money back here in the afternoon. So so far so good. I'm going to hold this. If it keeps going, great. I don't have any more targets. I mean, of course we're making money back. We were just $1.50 in the money on AMD. So hopefully that one can, or sorry, $1.30 in the money as we hit 70s there. Let's see if it can, 80s. No, that was right. Yeah, about $1.50 in the money. Let's see if it can continue to go upside. But I do have that. Oh, thank you so much, Bears versus Bulls. I guess we must have just hit it right there. So 40K right there. Thank you so much for that, and I appreciate it. It's been a long time for this, and this little baby project has really grown into something special. So I want to thank everybody for that.
Oh, sorry, I was just typing something to Brendo a second ago. But look, and thank you very much. Obviously, a great community. And I see people talking about, Renata was asking about Microsoft there. You got to pick and choose your battles. Softy, it's not in the bucket of Alphabet, but at least it was almost all afternoon, where it just didn't want to seem to go anywhere. Zoomed out a little bit too far. It's at that high of the day. You know, I think I already have Meta kind of trying to break out the tops here, adding to it with Microsoft, and we could just go along the cues. We're about to get I don't want to do too much. 5 minutes, we're going to get an early look on the imbalances. If they come to the buy side, fantastic. I just got a reload on BABA. We'll see how that one goes. And I did want to come over to Coinbase because I said that's one, if it continued to go, would get to a big level. I don't think that's going to happen today. It's still kind of inside. Normally, I'd be looking to short off of just about every level, but the levels were 67 and 70. Doesn't seem like that's going to happen for us here today. Intel, I am on the 98 level. It is trying to get up to that even $1.32. 10% on Intel. It's probably not going to happen today, but I wouldn't write it off. But that's the only level I'll play. Risk 2 or 3 cents. I'll probably cancel that order at 350 and then walk over to something else. But that's an obvious one here. If it gets to that 32, I'm going to take my chance with it on the south side of it, and we'll see what happens there. I really have no issue with an Intel at an even dollar. It's good on bids. It's usually good on offers as well. Tesla, probably something we should have gone over. But it has to come back in a 92 VWAP to be interesting to me. And if it doesn't do so in the next 15 minutes, then we're running out of time to trade that. Same thing with Rivian. I don't mind that trade tomorrow, but we're running out of time for that to go here just today. So the reload I just took was into Alibaba. We scalped some out there when it took the first quarter. Now we're reloading off this consolidation. Earlier, it was about 150. If it gets back up to the high, I do want to take something out in toward that high, quite frankly, because the day's almost over.
All right. Yeah, again, thanks, Adam DeLuz. Thanks, everybody, for that 40K, man. That does mean a lot to me. I'm putting lots of content on Twitter, so if you guys want to watch, like last night at the game or anything like that, you guys can ask me questions on Twitter as well. It is tough. There's so many fake accounts, guys. It's unbelievable. But, you know, keep trying to hit me up, and I'll try my best to get in touch with everybody there on Twitter. All right, so just quickly there, yeah, I missed that whole thing with Sharif and TikTok and all that stuff. So people still talking about it. Hey, I missed it. I'll have to rewatch it.
He opened himself up to it.
I'll have to rewatch it.
He walked into that one. Like, what did he think was going to show up on TikTok? So basically,
he showed his.
Bro, end of the story that never shows up.
I have to tell. Sharif, let me tell them what happened.
Now it's getting heated, but I didn't mean to get this. Thanks, Silver Johnson, as well, by the way.
It was a simple conversation about whether you use TikTok or not. He said, yeah, he's on TikTok, and but he doesn't use it to watch. He doesn't use it to watch hot girls. Basically, that's what it was all about. And so he's like, I can show you my feed. So I said, okay. I looked at it.
No one's seeing
the
my
first
feed.
thing was a Trump something. I don't know. It was some news kind of folly. And the second one was probably something little joke thing. We scrolled past it. And the third one was what it was. It wasn't a workout video. It wasn't a workout video that was for the working out. That's all I'm gonna say. You show me your phone. That's what I saw.
Look, twerking is actually working out. I'm sure.
It was in a gym. It was in a gym.
Yeah, I'm trying to have Sharif's back here, man.
Come on, son.
Maybe it was a gym video.
Oh, it was a gym video.
There you go.
It just wasn't about working out.
Yeah, hamstring curls, he said, or something like that. Okay. All right, we'll go off on that at another time. But yeah, so
I'm
that
not
was fun.
snitching. He asked for it. That's not snitching.
I don't know what's snitching or not.
Snitches get stitches. Man, right?
Yeah, I guess that's the case.
I ain't no snitch.
So I don't know who snitched on who, but I mean, I'm just gonna watch this thing.
He literally asked me to do it. He literally asked me to do it. He said, "Come look at my screen." That's what he said. It's his fault.
We're out of
Don't blame
Micron.
him, don't blame
Right there. Great trade for Micron here to end the day, man. I mean, this is like, we could show this again and again and again, but there it is. We take that 62 break again off the sticky note early. And someone at one point sent me something and they're like, look, if you just take every single thing you put on the sticky note, it was like 80 or 90%. I don't know where that guy is on the chat, right? I can't remember your name. And if that's you, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to stick with it, but it's tough. And part of it is when you start to use a little more shares, I just got to get into that zone again. So I'll be there, and I'm not going to. One trade on Baba has nothing to do with, I'm going to be back tomorrow with the sticky note, and I want to thank everybody for all the retweets it gets every day and everything. JP Morgan is starting to move again, and some of these banks, well, not again. I mean, we just took VWAP, I guess, which is what just triggered on my note there, that we just took VWAP there through breaking through 129. And of course, we use scanners from Trade Ideas. Shout out to Trade Ideas. You can grab 20% at any time. Just TraderTV20, and you grab that. We have Michael Noss coming on in 2 days to talk all about Trade Ideas. But right now, it's Mr. B. Wickens.
To move back high side here, guys, for most of these big banks, including BAC, right back to essentially where it was before that FDIC note came through. But more on that. So it's Bloomberg reporting this, that the $23 billion in costs they're now facing, the FDIC is now facing from the recent bank failures just going to be passed along, or they're thinking or looking for ways to pass it along to the big banks. So even this one had a big move down BAC, but as I said, right back up now.
I love those wicks. That's well, we love Brendan Wickens, but I like those wicks to the downside here. And if you come on, good note. Yeah, we could talk. Let's just call up another stock. Whatever, just because I'm on JP Morgan, I'm going to see the same thing on Citigroup. Yeah, there it is right there. So when you get these wicks like that on big volume, you assess the story. I don't think it's wise just to go long or short right away when you see that. But if you're uncertain of it, actually, forget about that. Even no matter what, when you see that bottom wick, I like that as a strategy where then you just buy it back using that as your out. That's worked numerous times. Could do a video on it. I just got to find the right time that actually happened to me. But that's something that I do all the time. It happened today, I think. Apple, probably on
not today, but there was one day Apple had big news.
Baba,
and it happened on Apple. I remember it.
Yeah. And even it just happened right now when we were watching those chip names on Nvidia, and it went right up, and then it came right back down. It continued. The markets continued up.
But that wasn't news.
But that wasn't news. But that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Quickly on TRKA, I'm now out of 2/3 of this. We have to be flat at the end of every day. So we've already cleaned this one up. This has been a great trade here today for me. We really brought some of our net back here. So I'm happy with this. Cannot be not happy with it, as it was a profitable name for me and a good trade. So there's TRK. I just want to bring it to everyone's attention that, in the last 5 or 6, 10 minutes here, we've gotten a few more pieces out as we approach this 28, 29, 30 level. So we've gotten a few more pieces out. Pretty happy with getting them out at that level. And let's just see where we go from here on TRKA. Only in out of 2/3, 1/3 left.
So I'm only left with Meta. I just got out of the reload, and Baba, it broke that to the downside. So the initial break, good. We did take some out. We took most of it out, then reloaded it. That's not going to work out. I also got out of CCL. Carnival, it just stalled out at the high. So it broke the high. Here's the problem. It broke the high of the day on essentially no volume. You can barely see it down there. This is volume. You can barely see that little volume spike. Try to take it out. Now it looks like it's going to fail back in. We have to be flat anyways at the end of the day. But if it's not going to continue on that move, I don't need to have it. If anything, you know what? I actually do like the short on CCL here. So I was just considering whether I liked it short. Come on, give me my midpoint. I always sit on the midpoint when I'm trying to catch a CCL at the spread. So if it prints the offer, I get 91.5 or I get 92, get some price improvement. But I like that to the high of the day. The risk reward to me favors the short. I am still in Meta just because it continues to just barcode at that. I don't really see a reason at this point to get out of the Meta long. Oh yeah, we got the early look, $950 million to buy. So if it comes out to the buy side I would prefer to be long a name that's going to follow the cues or at least follow the overall market. So I'm going to stick with the meta long. It's finally breaking out here, so I guess if it gets to like 50s or passes 50s, then I can start getting out of this one. But it's just been sitting here kind of grinding higher. The short was okay, and then the long reversal, we're still in it. If I get CCL, I'll let you know, but I might have missed a chance. Why did I sit on the midpoint there? It's like it's a reflex action that the first thing I put when I see a stock that has liquidity is to passively offer the midpoint and not hit the bid. I always do that. I do that on Intel. I love that midpoint for some reason, but I'm going to try and get.
Gateway?
I always go bats mid.
Oh, bats. Okay.
It's like a gut reaction. If I see the
dark pool might give you better fills, but then you got to pay for it.
It's a super midpoint on dark is a good fill. I just got CCL there now anyways at 91 because like it crosses, it's offering 91, but if it stays 91.92, I get 91.5. So I'm now short 91 on CCL. You don't care about that unless you trade with like Day Trade the World or have direct market access.
Did we talk about the imbalance? It's 940.
950.
Yeah. Did you say it already?
Yeah, to buy.
Okay. Yeah, 950 to buy. Okay. So don't want to beat a dead horse with that, but okay. So I don't have that much to talk about. So we got out of MU when it broke that level. It looks like that's probably going to be a mistake. We'll look at that. Is there any other names? I mean, there's lots of names, man. Look at this name. Yeah, I mean, names that we haven't maybe talked about. Okay. Look at NIO. I mean, I'm not getting into new positions heading into this imbalance. I mean, I'm happy with AMD. I'm happy with this TRKA, which is trying to break 30 again. So I'm happy with that. Absolutely no problems. If something does come into the imbalances, I mean, we will look at, sorry, I don't mean rebalances if I said that. It's just the imbalances. Rebalances are when maybe a stock is being bought out and has to come out of an index and they need to put something else back in. There was a huge stock rebalance back in 2020 or 2019. Now, with COVID, I have no idea what years we're in now. I think 2030 or something.
Tesla one.
Yeah, the Tesla one. When that got added to the NASDAQ and the S&P, that was monstrous. Like you had Tesla move like $100 straight up. I don't even remember the price of it at that point.
Was that
I think it was 600 or something. I think it was 600 to 720.
It was insane.
It was insane. So
that's
that's
3 FOMO moves in the history of our careers. That one of them was on Brazil, it doesn't really matter, but the other 2 were Facebook IPO and Tesla index rebalance.
Even the Coinbase IPO. I don't know if you guys remember when that IPO, that went up like $50, almost straight. And I think it went like 300 to 350 or something like that, almost straight. And that's, of course, when crypto was booming and Cathie Wood was buying every single Coinbase share. And Bitcoin, I guess. All right, so yeah, what I was getting at was just, that's what the rebalances are. What I was talking about is right here, and again, I misspoke probably, is just these imbalances coming out. These are market on close numbers. They're not activated yet. They will be activated at 50. So at 350, these will come in and see the time. They're all from 9 o'clock. So if I zoom this over, these are market on open orders. Something must have halted right there. MSDA looks like they had some action. That's an ARCA. That's an NYSE ARCA exchange. And then there's TRAQ. That's not TRKA. No, I'm already in that. And then BCS. So anyways, these will all activate at 350 when they get going. I just wanted to look at NEO just real quick here. I'm going to close that because I don't care about it right this second. Yeah, NEO. And the reason why is that we bounced off 10. So let's wait to see what that does tomorrow. I actually called up NEO just because I wanted to look at it, and it was up 7%. And I was like, what? It's up 7%. So that's a nice little move right there for NIO, making that high side right now on that. So let's wait to see. If there's more time in the day, I like a drop off here. If this would break it, we have the 200 to 50 all starting to curve down. I like this break low here at 780, or sorry, 980 right there to break lower, but I don't think there's enough time in this day for me to worry too much about that play, so I'm not going to. And that's what it is, but I don't mind that play right there for a break lower on NIO.
Steve G just said Bros was the best IPO. I don't remember that one being that crazy.
He just wants me to say this.
Bang. I see.
See, Neil?
I see what you're doing.
See what I'm saying?
I see what you're doing there. Snowflake was really good. Snowflake,
all
Coinbase,
IPOs in the last 3 years besides the last year.
But like what we meant, the Tesla was different. Tesla had in the final half an hour, the stock literally moved like 15% or something.
Oh yeah.
And the amount of liquidity was like, we've been trading a long time. I've never seen anything like it. Like people were, like it was swinging 10, 15%, and there was so much liquidity, like you could just do whatever you wanted, but like I wasn't prepared for it. And it's one of those things. If I was prepared for it, it's just a different story. But you see something new every single day in the market. All you can do is try to learn from past experiences. So the next time you see it, you do better. Meta just got to 50 and kind of pulled back there. It got to 49, actually, 205.49. So it's 340. It's near the end of the day, so I just took some out there, mostly because you got to start taking it out. CCL starting to work to the downside. I want to try to hold this a little bit. Shopify's moving. Yatube just said.
Yatube?
I haven't really looked at that. Shopify's at 5% today.
Yahoo Tube.
Hey, why not? Yahoo Tube. That's the name. Shop's on a decent run. I don't know what my daily chart. Oh, yeah, because the split adjusted. There we go. So look at what Shopify is doing. What it needs to do is stop going over under at the 50 period and break away from it. Once that happens, you've got a pretty strong kind of upward trending stock, or you just ride the trend line. But usually when we trade this name, it's when it's making the bigger moves. That's why I probably ignore Shopify. If it breaks, forget about that. You're joining the trend line here. I think that's the trade on Shopify. It's weird. I looked at it the other day, and that's why I knew about that trend without even having to pull up the daily chart. As I said, I have two trades on. CCL, short back into VWAP. We covered our long. Now we're shorting it back into VWAP. Meta, again, comes back into flat. It says there's going to be a buy imbalance, but that can come out sell or come out absolutely nothing in 10 minutes. It doesn't mean the market's going to go up there. So I covered my CCL, like the short, because it failed the break of the high of the day, and that just gives me 4 or 5 cents worth of risk, actually a little bit less than that, and then play it back into VWAP. I only think this goes 10 to 15 cents. And we're only really risking 4 or 5. So that's the play here in CCL.
Lots of plays. I'm happy getting out of that Micron, of course. TRKA, again, we just got some more outs, guys. I mean, as this ripped up, look, 30s and then 30 half and then 30.80. So we're getting flat on TRKA right now. I feel like this is a risk to hold. We already know the news. Hold half. I mean, not financial advice, but I think you can hold half. I think you can hold half of this and see what happens. So that's what I would look to do if you wanted this or a little bit more. Again, I don't. If Brendan heard of any deals, we'd hear about it more right now, but it was unsolicited, and we'll just see. I mean, anybody can send an offer of intent to do anything to anybody. Yeah, and if someone wants to send one to Trader TV Live, we're accepting buyout offers right now. No, we're not. Pro Day Trader said, how do I send in a resume? I mean, I don't know what Bears vs. Bulls handled it. Okay, I don't know what you're applying for, but okay, you could definitely do that as we go. That's why I asked for what, but that's good. We'll send it in.
If it's for a trader, I mean, we've put it
that's
up
what I
before.
mean. I wasn't sure what it was, but yeah, okay. I was afraid he would boot you if he saw that. Who, me? I'll boot people. Why?
For what? Asking to send in a resume?
Oh, the Streamlabs asked Mr. D. Westermeyer to stop using foul language. The only foul
Mr.
language
Westermeyer.
we accept around here is talks of chickens, foul chickens.
I accidentally cursed today. It happens.
Nice
every now
one,
and
Neil.
then.
Like,
The funny thing
Come
is
on, man.
nobody even noticed it. Not a
on, man.
single person noticed it. That's fine. See? It's all good.
should we kick out D. Westermeyer?
Hell no.
Yeah, only if Neil raps. So don't rap and you can stay in.
We're not kicking out Mr.
Right.
Westermeyer.
I know. I don't even know what that is.
He's coming back. He's got to come on the show.
Yeah. We can have what for the 8 ball?
No, because the 8 ball. We talked
we
about
offer
this
that?
You
Okay.
literally offered it like
Okay.
2 days ago. No,
Yeah.
actually, no. It wasn't when it came. You offered it. You might have.
I mean, yeah, I'll offer it again.
No, we
Come on.
did say just because as a thank you that we'd bring him on the show if he was cool with it. So we should hook that up.
Oh, he said the Cardinals are badass. Okay, that's allowed.
What, the St. Louis Cardinals?
Said it myself. Okay. Yeah, what's up? All right, let's go. Bears versus Bulls is like, no, that's not it. Okay, let's leave it alone. All right, it's 3:42 right now. All good, man. All good. We're all grown-ass adults around here, so we can say as we wish, unless my kids are watching, which they may be, but they're in school. But their school ends early, and then they go to violin class and opera and all that kind of stuff. So, so they're doing that. 96.35. We almost, I mean, I wanted to hold AMD. That, breaking the 50 period is a good rule of mine, hence what happened right there. And I'm surprised I was just missing it there on all of our fun and excitement. So it's a good thing I did, because that would have been an out for me right there. So now I'm going to use that bottom wick now, 34s. So let's use 96.34 as an out for this. We are $1 in the money now. It did get as high as $1.50, but right now we're $1 in the money on AMD as we pull back to 96.35. right now on AMD. That's going to be my out. TRKA is 29. We're almost out of all of that, so I'm not too worried about it. And yeah, let's just move forward and see if we can find some more winners for everybody.
Yeah, and look, I see someone in the chat saying HKD was crazy. Was really
oh,
crazy.
yes, that's...
But here's the thing. The reason we say things like that Tesla day or the IPO day, because
it's
like when an IPO opens up, like you can essentially get as many shares as you want, and there tend to be really large bids. So it'll have the issuers, they're going to put out bids there to support the stock. So you'll have these monster levels with all kinds of liquidity, and then you get 10, 20, 30% moves off those levels. It's worth it, risk to reward. On HKD, you're not getting out. Like, we can't trade those stocks. And you saw it. I think that entire mess in HKD, I probably put on 1 or 2 trades. And there's not much you can do with it. Liquidity is such a premium, and it makes it tricky. Like, just not much that's there for us. Whereas on Tesla that day, like I said, there was just so many shares changing hands that there was real opportunities for us in this. Let's see what happens. 5 minutes to the close here. Meta, come on, get to the high of the day. 13,000 on the NASDAQ would be nice. 2% would be nice. I think if that happens, Meta can at least get to breaking the highs. And just to point out where this one is likely headed tomorrow, do not sleep. Meta has been in this channel. 208 Meta. It's not going to get there today, not going to happen. But 208, that should be in play. If we get another green day on Meta, that's a big, big level. I'll probably short it before looking for a breakout trade because that's how I roll. But that's a host of stocks that are looking exactly like this. And good thing we had an out in Baba because it's even lower. Now that one wants to fall. Now it wants to fall. Updated 650 million to buy, so it's getting a little bit smaller, that imbalance.
All right. Wait a second. I didn't even put out that. I was just like, okay, I have that AMD out, but I do not. I did not set that up. So 96. It's about to break right now. So we'll get out if this breaks. I'm just setting up the orders. And again, picking the right gateways and making sure that you get out properly. Neil talked about keystrokes and everything before on that reopen of that stock. So just be careful.
Well, that wasn't a keystroke. I didn't even know what my key was for the opening order on GNS today. Market on open, but it was Amex.
You're actually going to, I'm going to show you guys something right here because it's funny that Neil says that. I don't think Mahad knows how to get these cameras, so it doesn't matter. We'll talk about that after. But I have a sticky note. I don't know
if you hold it further back, I think. Oh, no.
It's the light.
I got
Try
nothing.
Try this camera.
I got nothing. I'm sorry. Why can't you see that?
Where's that camera? I have so many cameras. There, oh yeah, there it is. So it blocks my face.
Yeah.
See, I have NASDAQ limit on open. Look at the key, Shift F3, Shift F10, so buy, sell, buy, sell. There's the NYSE and everything right there on the limit on open orders. So I actually have this sticky noted to my screen. So just like, there it is. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, so it's just sticky noted to here on the screen so that when I'm executing trade for one that I don't normally hit, because it's an auction order and I might be stuck in something, that's why the other day, thanks, guys, that's why the other day when that halted on AMC, I just right away went AMC, NYSE, limit on open. So my key was right there, and that's sort of what we're talking about there about, sort of having your orders. And it's not one that's commonly used.
Because and what happened to me, just to call myself up at high of the day on Meta, by the way, Amex is a different market. We set up our keys by market. So this is my NASDAQ key setup. It's a bunch of keys, but then my stock, I know what my closing orders are for that, but then Amex is a totally different beast, which I don't really trade. So I really don't have it set up to go trade it actively. And so I didn't have, on the hand, if a NASDAQ or a New York name halts, I got no issues, 2 seconds. I know exactly where I'm going, but it's not true on Amex. And GNS, why I'm mad at myself is because GNS was halted for like 10 minutes, like 15 minutes. And then right as it was about to open back up, I'm like, oh, I kind of want this long, and then was scrambling. And you have 10, 15 minutes to prepare. That's what I was more mad about. It wasn't that I couldn't have known, but sometimes it happens. There's Meta. It's going to the high of the day, but we're running out of time, guys. You don't want to look any gift horse in the mouth. It bounces in 2 minutes. Trailing stop's going to go in. If it comes out of buy, let's see where it goes. Oh, correction, Brennan. It's still 950 million to buy. It didn't go down to 650. It's still 950 to buy. The early look on the imbalances, which is close to $1 billion, which we like.
$1 billion would be good. Halting on Peabody. So that is BTU. So nice little halt right there on BTU with news pending. No crazy move up, but there's a new halt on BTU. Just happened right now, so I just saw it come through. So I don't think Brendan knows the halt, obviously, but we'll wait to see if there's any news on it. It says news pending, and whenever you get a news pending halt, you could halt the rest of the day. So it's 3 for 48 right now. If anybody's in this amazing day trading name, and of course I'm just joking about that because it's not, but you know, in the energy space there, we'll wait to see what happens with Peabody. Halted right now, I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't heard that name in a hell of a long time right now. But
Ever?
Yeah, no, not ever.
No, on this show.
Oh, on this show, yeah.
No,
yeah,
I mean in the
for
context
sure.
of the show. We've never said it
No,
before.
not that I know of anyways. I was going to look at PDD right now with only a minute to go, as some of these Chinese names today are
Oh,
really,
who gets to be the 1,000th like? Someone just did it. Damn it.
somebody did.
I almost went to D-like and tried to do it myself. But
Shout out to whoever did that right now. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for 40K there on Twitter because we just hit that right now. So a big shout out to everybody that helped me get to that level right there. 40,000 followers. Thank you so much. Took a while to get there, but we're there now. We're going to go higher. There it is, 40,015. I didn't realize that if I highlight that over there, I can see that. So there it is right there. Thank you to everybody. And a big shout out to the last person that did it. Don't show this to Sharif. Man United fan just followed me right there. So, Toots Magoots. What's up, Toots Magoots?
I hate Man U too.
Everybody else there. Crypto Forex
saying.
News just followed me. So, anyways, shout out to everybody there. Thank you. We'll keep the content going on that one.
I don't like Man U either. He feels.
I've been to Old Trafford.
He feels stronger about it. I'm a Liverpool fan, but he's a real fan of Arsenal. I like Liverpool because of family, but he likes Arsenal because he's like really passionate about it. Like the same way I give a screw-faced look at the St. Louis Cardinals, who aren't even a rival of the Blue Jays. I just hate everybody that isn't my team and a sport that I like. That and the Cardinals are overrated. Like the Cardinals are a team that are
I feel
good
like
every
they're
single year.
underrated, no? Because they always are good.
Yeah, and then they never do anything in the playoffs. That's what I mean. It's
Right.
kinda
Are you talking about the Blue Jays?
No, the Cards. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
You like the Blue Jays too.
Of course I do, but I mean, the Cardinals are a much more successful franchise than the Blue Jays. It's not. I don't think it's close.
They've been around for 100 years. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not fair.
No, but I'm saying even in the last 40 years since the Blue Jays have been around. You know, come on, man.
Ozzie Smith, the Wizard.
The Blue Jays, yeah, I mean, there's lots of guys.
Willie McGee,
Pujols.
Jack
Look,
Clark.
we have some good players, too. It's not about that. It's just
We don't have a pool holes, that's for
we don't have a Pujols. Yeah, we don't.
Imbalances are out, by the way.
People that don't know anything about baseball, like what these guys talking about Pujols. All right, let's go to the upside right now with this. Rig, I don't know, what is that final number there? Brendan probably gave it to us a while ago. We're talking baseball. 1.2, so it does get the billion
Exactly as it is.
behind it right now. But look what's sold off. Intel right now, 3150.
Intel's a sell.
Oh, I just got out of AMD. Yeah, so right there. So AMD just got us out of AMD as well. So yeah, Intel is sell. Micron is sell. So those of you that were asking about like where to get out of Micron, look at that out. Oops, I don't want to do that. That's too much. Let's do this. Look where we got out of Micron, 64.20. Look at the sell imbalance just came through on Micron, sending this downside a little bit. So even though it's 1.2 billion to buy, I don't really energy transfer. Like I don't really know where
is that coming
Tesla. I don't see Tesla on here too often.
500,000.
There it is. That's a big order for Tesla, guys. Even though it's done 117 million, you know, you'd see 500 is not that much, but that's a good level. 500,000 shares is a decent amount to push through on one print. So we'll see if that comes through there on Tesla. As Tesla right now on that buy imbalance, I'm going to say it's breaking the high of the day, which it's not, but you know, that was a monster move right there, and it's right back into that 193 and 194 area. So nice move there for TS to the L to the A. We are out of AMD. The only one we have left is TRKA, and we've done really great on this. So I'm going to take the rest of this out right now. I don't think we're going to get a huge move here to close, but maybe we'll hold a little bit. We are only have 30% left, and I just put an offer, so hopefully it spikes up and fills me.
Yeah, definitely. Another day, another dollar. It's been a fun one. I don't think those imbalances, it's weird. Like 1.2 billion to buy, I would have expected to see some of the big tech. It makes sense that there's profit taking on the two strong chip names. That's what it is. It's almost certainly going to be profit taking. Someone just asked about Restoration Hardware, so I put that one up. Didn't mean to. Nothing happening there. I'm still in Meta. I'm just going to give it to the end of the day here. It's holding trend. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that. Either it gets up to like 206, challenges 06. I put a trailing stop in right under here, so 205.40, just kind of close enough to my last entry on this name, and we'll hold it right into the end. At 355, if you're watching Tesla, at 355, a lot of times you'll get major sort of swaps in the market or in the imbalances. You'll see them pair off or get larger, that kind of a thing. That is more a big deal on the New York than it is the NASDAQ. So 58 tends to be a bigger deal if you're watching Tesla. Nice trend into the upside, but if you're looking for when Tesla might put in a reversal off that buy imbalance, it's a little bit more reasonable to look at the 58 than the 55. They're both big, but 358 can be one there. I'm not in Tesla, but I'm not going to take the trade either. Just a bit of a heads up there. Usually that 55 mark matters more to New York names than it does to NASDAQ.
Okay. All right, let's go. Right now, just looking around here, TRKA, we did get a 28.50 there. That was the offer that I. Oh, sorry, it was 29.20. Sorry, I thought it was 20.28 we were just at there, but we're at 29. So we get another piece out on that with only a few minutes left. Here are the imbalances. We're still waiting for those to come through and do anything. We just saw Tesla. Merck was a name, maybe. Whoa, 104 for Merck. Okay. It's been a while since we looked at some of these. I'm in Eli Lilly in this space and ABBV as well. AbbVie in this space. But there's Merck right there. Nice one. I was going to buy some Bristol Myers a while ago, but I did not. Their inverse Kramer, everybody's excited about. Apple to the upside right now, breaking the high of the day. Yeah, it broke the high of the day, 161, before it felt the wrath of the imbalances. We were only long Apple today. It's a positive stock for us, but there it is. Upside. Let's check in on the red one here. Yeah, there it is. So whatever, man.
Oh, Nvidia hit the high of the day.
Yeah, AMD did as well. We were able to get out of AMD, but look at Alibaba, huge move to the down. It's a pretty huge move. I mean, it doesn't look huge there, but that's 101, almost straight down about $1.50 straight there. So 101.30 all the way down to 99.75 again. So it does look like after all said and done, all I had to do was hold that 100 short, only $1.30 against me, which trust me, I probably would have done a lot better just holding it. But yeah, not probably would have done better.
Well, big reversal.
But big reversal. Let's see tomorrow on Alibaba and what's going to happen. Where's the market right now?
The market, market just
still
reversed
huge.
off 13,000. That's what happened.
I can't believe it got to 13,000.
It got to 12,995, and then we reversed. That's the reversal that we're seeing. I'm going to kick myself over this. Remember I said, why not hold Nvidia all the way to the top, because that's a separate trade. I don't think at that time of day, I'm probably not going to put it on, but that's the reason. The real dump-off zone and the better shorts on Nvidia were up here above 270 and in the 70.5 range. You see it get to that range and reject the same high. As the market got to a top as well, Meta trailed out close to break even, maybe just a little bit better than that, but that same wick, that same wick you just saw in the futures, Meta, I'm sure everything just dumped a little bit there. So I'm now out of Meta. I'll hold on to CCL, but it doesn't care what's happening in tech. Quite frankly, I just want this one to get into VWAP, so I have my bids out. If it flushes back into 980, fair enough. But with 3 minutes to go, not going to put on anything new. But that was pure 13. That was a rejection of getting to that 13,000 level at the same time as the imbalances just paired off a little bit there. Not that they were all that big to begin with, but where's Tesla? I don't see Tesla anymore, so it must have completely paired off, or at least mostly paired off on Tesla. Intel actually flipped to a buy, so Intel went from sell to buy. That everything else kind of paired off to the downside.
All right, let's go. Welcome to the show, by the way. If anybody hasn't hit the like or subscribe button, I'm going to give Kat to you right here.
Hola.
I'm going to get Kat to come ring the bell. Where is she? At Katrine in our work chat right now.
You know the best part?
What?
Now, walking in between the halls, when I see Katrine, she says, hola.
Yeah,
awesome.
she's funny. I like her.
It's great.
Okay, so at Katrine, come ring the bell, please. I gotta ask
See,
properly.
gotta be polite.
Gotta ask properly.
Always gotta be polite.
And we'll do that. So hopefully Katrine can come run through here, and you'll be able to see the Ola live in person right now. So, all right, again, thanks for asking about the imbalances, but look what just happened right now. Diamond hands be damned for these imbalances. There it is. Look at this move, right to the downside. If you're trading with us, great, but please understand that at 350, stuff happens. So there's a big move to the downside. Look at this out on AMD, man, 96.30, saved us 40 cents. Or out on MU, same ways. I think it might have even saved more. 64.20, 63.40. So that's 80 cents in the money right there. Quick check on SIVBQ. Will it or will it not finish the day? Please finish the day above $1 so I don't have to go back and forth tomorrow with everybody. This will be $2, 2 minutes. Do not go below $1. I don't even care. Oh, TRKA, by the way, I'm waiting right now. I should get out. I'm waiting at $29.90 right now. You know what? All right, let's just wait. Hopefully this blasts there. One more push up to 30. We get our fill here on TRKA for a nice 30% winner right there. Oh, yeah, there's Miss Cat. She is in the building. She came through. Not only that, she's got on the merch. So thanks to Katrine for that one. She's going to be here ringing the bells. So thank you, Miss Cat, for coming through for that one. And there it is right there. Bang. Awesome. Oh, my God. Oh, Canada.
Oh, you jinxed it.
Right there for TRKA. We down, and now we are flat, canceling everything right now. Don't tell me SIVBQ.
It's at 02s now.
Right, so someone get in there and put like, I don't think the size.
Oh, my goodness.
In this case would matter because 10, I mean, it's done 65 million shares.
There was a thing with a bunch of people on small cap stocks.
If I just stare at this for long enough.
Well, what people would do way back in the day is they would create the final print just so it would look higher, and they would just take one last fill above for like a few hundred shares on a really cheap stock to make it look like it open.
I feel like we can
can't do that
negotiate
kind of
this
stuff,
because, I mean, the volume is
holding.
real. It's real stock. There's a lot of volume.
It's just
It's going to break $1.
just broke now.
No. Okay, this
As
is going to be a
if.
piece of work for me tomorrow. Just stay above, dog.
if.
It's not going to. Okay.
There it is.
With only 30 seconds left, it can still go back. Go back. As long as it closes, we get $1 print. Just print $1. If the 4 o'clock print is $1, then I can have something to stand on. Okay, here we go with only 40 seconds, 20 seconds left until the bell. Yeah, damn it, now it's 99 cents. As if. We'll see if it can hold, though. 15 seconds left. It might not work out for us there. 98 cents. No, it's not. All right, with only 10 seconds left. There she is. She's on the bell. She's in black. Let's go to the bell, please. Quickly.
3, 2,
2, and 1.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
That's from...
The Incredibles. What's her name again?
Is that Incredibles
It's
or
Incredibles.
Minions?
No, Incredibles.
Incredibles, yeah. She's the
She makes the costumes.
the heel.
She makes the costumes.
Is she heel, that girl?
What's her name?
Edna.
Edna.
Is it from Incredibles?
Yeah.
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 It does kind of look like her, actually. That was good. Oh, okay, so now right now SIVBQ is showing like 99 by 105, but there's no way. The last couple of prints were like 97.
96 and a half.
And it didn't even come close to holding that $1. Okay, well, hopefully it opens up above $1 tomorrow, and then we can hit that. So, all right, that's SIVBQ, the disappointment there. But okay, we'll see where that closes, or where, well, it's closed now, below $1. So hopefully we can trade that tomorrow. It looks like maybe not. But all right, Brendan, how do the markets wind up as it's 4:01?
All right, just keep my eye out here for anything on BTU as well. Nothing yet that I can see anyways for that news pending hold. Here we go. 1.4% when all is said and done there for the S&P 500, about 1% right on for the Dow. Then the Russell, all three of them, 1, 2, and 3,000. 1% plus, one of those days. Nice, 1.8 there for the composite and the 100, guys. Still not seeing anything for BTU, though, unfortunately.
Right.
Oh, right, yeah, because that was halted. But you never know when that's going to open back up there. I was just checking. Even Nat Gas had an update today. You know, it's a strong day when natural gas actually.
Sure, Brazil was up. I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't see either, but natural gas has been getting its butt kicked. But actually it was up like 1% today or something like that.
So the NASDAQ is up 20% off of its December lows.
Close.
There it is.
It was the close. I was just hearing. It was the close that matters, though. So it's the first time it's actually closed. Up 20%. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So guess what that means?
Bull market, baby.
It's a bull market.
Can't you tell? Right there. I mean, it's a raging bull market. I mean, all of our accounts are way up. I mean, we're making so much money. Anyways, okay. Lots of fun times.
Intel's up.
We are now officially
7%.
If Intel's up 7%, we're in a bull market.
8%. 7.75. 8%, man.
Wow, what a great one. I know it's at $1 post-market, SIVBQ. We're going to try our best tomorrow to influence the powers that be that we can trade SIVBQ. And if we can, then we'll be on that name tomorrow for you on that one. So SIVBQ, good trade today for sure. Congratulations to anybody that took the risk on that one. We have a few new people around here, but I want to say a shout out to everybody that's been working real hard today. Thanks to Katrine, thanks to Fahad, thanks to Mahad, thanks to Brad, thanks to Mark, thanks to Brendo, Max.
Max doing a great job.
Midday Show Max, right there with
AKA
Sharif.
Mr. Beast.
Yes. Lots of AKAs flying around here these days, it seems like. But hey, no matter what. Thanks, Bears versus Bulls. I know it's a little busy for you there this afternoon. But hey, we're excited to be back tomorrow. It's going to be my last day for the week. Then you'll see Max on the open show with you. So that should be fun.
That'll be fun.
We'll see how that goes. And then I don't know who's doing the midday, but we'll figure that out as well. But for everybody here at Trader TV Live, stay tuned for that Alibaba trade where I discuss the mistakes and more to come tomorrow with all of us here at Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow at 8:30. Ciao.